Cheer 100. I have to go to work. Why are you going live? Watermunch cry. Cheer 100. Take these two.
I have a hurricane. Listen to yourself churn. Hi, EK. Hi, Lag. Thank you so much. Lag for the tier 3. And thank you, EK, for the 200 bits. I'm going to play Minecraft. I'm going to play on the realm. I hope that's okay. Oh my god, it's been forever since I've been able to say that. Hi. We're going to play on the realm. Ah! Okay. Are you going to break our hearts? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Okay. It's realming time now. It's realming time. I'm terrified. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. I'm scared. Okay. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. And I'm gonna be fine. And everyone's gonna be happy. I hope Pesto's there. What if Pesto's not there? Okay. Pesto. What if Pesto's not there? Okay. Oh. Holy. So many people are online. Wow. Do I have my... I do have my armor on. We're good. Where is everyone? Oh my god, where is everyone? Wait, where is everyone? Wait, where is everyone?
2% opacity.
Becky's gone. Becky's
That's
a
an
hollow projector, which is crazy.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, Water.
Hi.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Do you think we're gonna die,
Huge
Watermunch?
day. Hope not. Why? Why would we?
Well,
why
you know.
Molly in the diamond armor is the thing.
Why
that
would
I'm
we?
fearful of.
Well, I already
did you
died
see Molly die earlier?
today.
What?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see it.
I'm not. Well, Water might remember when I died for first time. Oh, you
were
were
you
there as
there?
well.
Oh, I was
think
there.
so, yeah.
Was I?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I was,
just-
yeah. You
Yeah, I
just
just
fell,
fell
didn't you? Yeah.
into a big hole.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And then about 20 minutes
Happens.
ago, I got killed by a zombie.
I'll be honest.
Surely
I
we can
kinda
find you
low-key
some
watched it.
netherite.
I
Surely.
kind of low-key watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be
kinda funny.
it might be pointless. It might be pointless. This is
It could be.
sort of.
Hello,
press a
Pesto.
Wait, Pesto. Hi, Pesto.
That was like an
Pesto,
entrance.
Pesto.
That was, yeah.
I haven't seen you since your birthday.
The snails are going to be working overtime today with everybody on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick admin switches, quick account changes.
Pesto's going. Oh, where's
My
Pesto
mic
going?
has,
Oh, hi,
my
other
OBS has
snail.
been recording with no mic input this whole time.
Pesto, you're not
No,
going.
that's-
You're never
that's
leaving,
fine.
right?
Eyebrows, that's
You're
so
gonna be
classy.
fine. We're gonna be fine.
Classic
Everything's
dog
gonna be fine.
eyebrows,
Yay!
Remember when
Molly
you spoke in
mentioned
real life
something
that you didn't
earlier,
have your
by
mic
the
on
way.
at TwitchCon? That was so funny.
What if we have to do a boss fight?
Dude,
I didn't
yeah, I
even
hate
think
what
about the
happened.
possibility
don't
of
say that. Don't say that.
Oh.
Oh,
Is
there
that
we
me?
Don't
go.
say that.
50% opacity Beckiamon.
Yes,
Oh
there
my
she
goodness.
is.
It's 50%
Sorry,
capacity.
I'm
Becky,
Tapped
Mom.
into Lukey's mind
Oh my
palace.
god,
My
it's
bad.
like
Whoa.
Mr. Becky
Hey.
Why are you fading away?
Wait, is that
Oh, I'm
because
astral
so
projecting,
cool.
you see.
She's so cool.
CPK.
It's like
I
Stranger
also
Things.
like D&D.
I built a machine.
Hey, hey.
So cool.
I built
Hi.
a
How are
machine.
you?
Hey, Dusty.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
how are
you sneak
you?
snag?
I'm doing good.
No, I'm
Good.
not. I'm
Sneak snag builds
Beckymon.
machines.
Okay, and that makes me him, apparently.
Yes,
okay.
say something
He's
Sneak
the
would
only
never
guy
say
So
if you're
many
not Sneak.
people.
What?
There is. I know, it's crazy.
not fart, I guess.
Oh,
Oh my
you
god,
just
it's
stand
not
on
Sneak.
Pesto?
Crazy. Good job.
Pesto, it's okay. Pesto, it's okay. Don't worry. It's
Ooh,
okay.
What did you lose? What did you lose?
Luke, you kind of
Archery. It's not that bad.
Oh,
It's
thanks,
fine.
I lost archery.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, he said he
Nope.
was doing that.
Oh,
How did he get that sword?
Okay, so why does
like,
he have
genuinely,
a
how
why
did
does he have a
Nope.
high-pixel skyblock weapon?
I'm nope. Not dealing with that. Not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that today, Pesto. Oh, a saddle. Oh wow. Let's go. Let's go. Where are we going? Let's go somewhere. Oh, Pesto, I've missed you. Oh, I've missed you so. Oh, Pesto. I've missed you so much.
Oh, dude, we got purpled on the server. Hey, bro.
How are you flying?
I can just do
Hi.
that. It's just a thing I can do. Hi.
I-
Oh, hey,
I-
where are
Watermunch.
we? Wait. Oh, hi. Oh no.
Hey.
Oh.
Bro,
You can
Purple,
fly.
is this your first time ever logging on or no?
No, dude. No, dude.
Okay,
I've
no,
been here
you've been on before? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
I've been here before.
It's
Almost like it's an
loud.
event today.
Oh,
Almost like
humans.
that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. How are
Humans.
you?
How's
Hello.
it going,
Congrats,
bro?
my
Hi,
dude.
bro. Oh my gosh, today's the day, guys.
Oh my god.
I gotta go get myself. I'll be back.
No
What
way.
a
Make out, Tubbo.
How you doing?
Let's
I'm
make
good,
out. Let's
how are
make out.
you?
Mwah, mwah, mwah,
Already?
mwah, mwah,
Already?
mwah. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, it's
Is it like-
Bob.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yo, this is
Pesto.
Pesto.
Hold me.
Is this like a Fortnite event? Are we have to like do something?
Is the rumble
That was
supposed
you
to
guy.
happen? Is that
Hello?
real? Is that supposed to happen?
I don't. Well, it's like dark and scary here.
Oh,
so
that's
I don't really
what
know.
you're
I don't
supposed
like
to know.
that.
Are you?
Holding me, Pangi,
I'm
thank
not
you.
sure
was
what
that
the idea
Sneak?
is.
Yeah, was that Sneak?
Look at
I have
Snooze
no
Prime.
idea.
Was that Sneak?
Sneak's dead, by
Oh
the
my
way.
god.
Is it the rumble? The rumbling? Is
There
it
was a
happening?
rumble in my tummy.
Rumbles.
Wait, aren't you dead? Beckham, aren't you dead?
I'm not dead.
Oh, I
I'm,
thought-
I'm in
oh.
an infinite
Citizens of
library.
Ymir.
That's a very real infinite library Pokemon. Astral
Yeah,
projection
I'm
right
astral
there.
projecting. I made a machine
This
that
is-
can astral project me for about 2 hours or so, and then I
Oh,
have
this
to
is
have a
like
break.
2 hours.
Skywalker.
This
Did
is
the
about
fog
2
discover?
hours.
Skywalker.
Yeah, like about 2 hours, and then it probably will break. So then I'll be leaving again.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, Bob. Oh.
Wait. Oh, I
Oh,
need to
there's a
reload
hole.
real quick.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Hello Kitty bow downstairs. That's cute.
Oh.
Hello
Oh.
Kitty, what?
The little bow that Hello Kitty wears on her head.
Wait,
Ross
what?
put it down
Oh,
there.
yay.
Server full.
Hello.
Or can
It shouldn't be full. It's
Everyone.
it's 30, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I just disconnected and reconnected, and it was 30 out of 30.
Oh, was it? Well, oh.
Yeah, only 30
Oh
people
yeah,
are
the
allowed.
tab
There'll be
list
others.
Oh, the
isn't.
ceremonial
Yeah.
The snails, of course. Hi, Pesto.
Of course.
Hi,
Pesto.
Sluggish Sloosh Prime. Hi, Bob. The
Bob.
gang's all
Classic
here.
little guys.
Do you think
Wow,
John will
we-
Chips
show
around
up?
here
I
somewhere.
want
Jabroski
John.
Prime, of course.
Where-
John's
where-
with me.
Oh,
Where's John
where
at?
then?
Where?
Speaking of John,
Well, not that John.
John
the,
A?
The
You-
John, the snail John, obviously.
Oh, is it
No,
funny?
he came to the library with me.
Maybe.
Like,
Can
he
he
astral
not
project
astral
as well?
project?
Ow.
Oh.
I don't know if he's going to be
Oh,
joining
what's
us or
that,
not.
guys?
Not at all. Oh, hey, look, here's
is
everybody.
that?
Hey,
If you
can
guys.
get it
What's good,
working,
community?
maybe.
Hey, everyone. What's good,
Why-
fellas?
How,
I need to
Princess,
Oi.
how could you fly?
That's our beautiful
I
princess.
forgot
Because
about that
Nirvana?
too.
No?
That if
I
you have
can-
Nirvana, you can fly.
Wait, can you guys not fly? Can
Why
no one
do we
else
have
fly?
that?
Am I the only
I can't
one?
fly.
That, a lot of people should be
Oh,
able to
okay.
fly.
Jabroski Prime.
I never did Nirvana because I was busy
Jabberwocky
building a lot of stuff.
What?
Yeah, I saw that. I want to genuinely put him
Ow,
down.
Slug it sloosh. What
It's
the fuck?
like what? Like that?
Ross, somebody
Oh,
stole your
I've been waiting for this
your
moment
throne
my
room.
entire
Your
life.
throne is
And
gone.
guys,
And then he
what-
killed
yeah,
you?
not the same.
Wow.
Like,
Bye bye,
Okay.
Pesto.
done that?
I
My
miss
astral
you.
projection machine
Okay, I guess
left.
that's a
For
reset.
a quick
I
restart,
miss
quick restart, yes.
you.
oh, hey,
Oh,
Oh my god, my
nice.
shulker boxes are on the ground.
I'm not. I won't look. I'm not looking. Elytra. Elytra. Oh, I still have music on. It's just really quiet. Oh wait, banger. This might be one and only shot. Incredible. What an absolute banger. I need to open up Chatterino so I can see you guys. Hi guys. Hi. You wave at me. Wave at me. Wave at me. Wave at me. Thanks. Hi. I think I'll kick it up a notch. I don't care about the queen or the hive. Thanks all for the sub, by the way. 30 months! Bloody Nora. I wanted to. I wanna be a Starship Ranger. I'm gonna be a Starship Ranger. Gonna be a Starship Ranger. Do I join? Do you think I should join up? I'm scared. I don't want to. Should I? I don't want to. I'm scared. Why does it still say 30? Yes, Mal.
Trying to. What is that?
Hi.
What is happening
Oh my
to you?
god. The realm must have been the most not soggy server ever, bro.
No, it was good. It's good though.
Crazy.
What is this?
It's...
Hey.
Hey.
Did he use that? I'm
No.
eating a ton. Oh,
What's the
weird.
skill
Guys,
tab?
I'm not sure.
Did you go?
Oh my god.
I can't fly. Where's my fly?
Hi,
It's
Dusty.
gone. I killed it.
Does it
Hi.
still work?
Ow.
Hello?
Stop sucking the
Guys,
life
look
out
at
of people.
Sloosh Bro.
Let
What
me
is
fly.
going on?
Hi.
You have your helmet, bro.
Let
You
me
don't
jump.
have
I
food.
can't do it.
I don't have a helmet.
What's
I can't fly. You interrupt
I
me.
can't do it. Fly
Yay.
slash fly slash
Where the
Nirvana.
hell's Dusty?
What the?
Oh.
I don't know.
What the?
Yo, yo.
Whoa! Get him,
They just let
Dusty!
anything
Get him,
happen on the
Dusty!
server. They
That's
just let
my
anything
goat.
happen on the server.
Oh my god!
They
The
just
woke
let
mob
anything
strikes
happen.
again.
Yo, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. I'm scared.
That is
Okay.
Oh,
I
that is
can't
the
believe
You love to see
gays.
it. Wow. You love
Who
to
is this
see
unidentified snail? Is this yours, Bad?
that's the snail for sure.
That's
One of
maybe
them.
a snail, but like
Interloper.
Pesto, help them name themselves.
I haven't had pesto in a while, but now I
I
really
think
want
that
exams.
I think that snail's been out of the game too
How
long.
you
it. Hey,
mean?
Lukey. I've been pretty good, you know me.
That snail looks
What?
lost.
I call it
Yeah.
pesto.
Yeah.
Yo, my bad, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've never seen
Snail
Hey,
is
Peggy.
mega lost.
Where's Harry?
Hey, bro.
Oh, bye, Tubbo.
Where's Harry? You're not Harry. Do you need food as well?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Okay. Where's my food? Where's all the food gone? Oh, there it is. There you go. Oh, I picked it up myself. Whoopsie. There you go.
Lord.
Thank you.
You're
Oh, wait, what?
welcome.
Oh, hi, fam.
Where's Harry? He won't. He's not saying. Is he over here? Oh. I need to turn up Freddy. Where is that? There it is. Oh, I need to turn down the rain. Rain time. What? I can see something and it scares me. Where's weather? What's that? Oopsie. Sorry, I have pings and I'm scared. Okay. Oh. The huge pig is killed.
One more time so everyone's in the still cab.
Oh no, guys!
One
I
more
think
time.
I feel like I
Oh.
need to sleep now. All of a sudden, oh my goodness!
Oh, no,
Oh
no.
my goodness. I feel
Is
like I'm gonna
everyone else-
spontaneously explode.
I love that I leave last. I love that I leave last. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I think I added this because of you, Mel. I could be wrong though. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. Maybe it was just the emo playlist I was listening to. I'm so overstimulated. Guys, guys, do you think we're gonna be dealing with this for 2 hours? Guys, be honest. Do you think this is how we're gonna be? 2 hours? Please don't be honest with me, actually. Hi, Jake. Hi. How you sleeping easy? How you're only thinking of yourself? Yes, it's going to be so overstimulating. Rupert, why would you say that? I wanted you to lie to me. Where would you say that when I expected lies? Syndicate, thank you so much for the tier 1 at 10 months. I don't know why I decided to say tier 1, but thank you for the 10 months. Okay, it's time. It's almost a year.
Let the ghost fly.
Oh. How many levels can I lose today? No, it's okay. Pesto, it's okay.
Can we skip the 24-hour
You eat
as
many as you need.
Right?
I'm back.
Hello, Bill. You made it from the wood.
Holy shit!
I can't believe too many.
You can really tell you've done a subathon. Your voice is fucked.
This is my normal voice.
No.
Oh, he just sounds like that.
You're a little gravelly right now, bud.
Who has a disc player? Who has a disc player?
I think it's beautiful, Tubbo. Don't listen to them.
You sound great. You sound great.
Pesto, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Have another one. Have another one. Yummy.
It's for hitting Emerald King.
Oh,
That's mine. That's mine. Thank you.
I'm
If you-
kill. I actually can't.
You slash
I
kill
had
him.
perms.
He's a ghost. He's a ghost.
I can't. I took away my perms.
What have I done? What have I done? Oh no!
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Everywhere I
That
go, I
wasn't
cause
me.
conflict.
Didn't like that one, bro.
Everywhere I go, cause conflict.
Okay, Phil, I think it was crazy timing earlier. I think it was crazy timing based off of
Okay.
that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Just let the record clear that I did not fart earlier. That wasn't me farting. That was whatever that was.
We thought it was you. We only said sneak the second we felt it.
You could just wait for that noise to happen and then fart. No one notice.
Oopsie doopsie.
No, you're gonna let it slip out just a little bit too late, and everyone's gonna notice. It's like that real awkward, like when you do it in class. You drop something on the floor. And
He's coming back. He's coming back, and he's upset. He's coming back, and he's upset with his raspy
really
voice.
happy.
He's gonna raspy voice you up right now.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
Wow,
I'm
that was
so
crazy.
sorry.
What happened?
Bro, one night. If I die and I'm 24-hour banned for the finale, I'm gonna be so vexed.
Oh, purple.
That actually sounds awesome.
That does sound kind of
That's like a
awesome.
really funny idea.
You'll just be a ghost. It'll be
Okay, you got
great.
2 lives left. You got 2
Yeah,
lives.
join it.
No, I don't. I have one. Oh wait, no, they gave me more lives.
No, you
That's
got. Wait, how many
Wait,
people
so
are
you-
dead? Ross, Becky.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
Becky's just an astral projection.
Oh, you farting! Sneak
Fart
fart!
now. Fart now.
Sneak fart!
Sneak. Sneak.
little
What
bit
is
late, bro,
that?
little bit late.
Sorry, that was my farting. I'm so sorry. That's how I fart.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, when
Wait,
the jester left, he left me his horn. Jester
Do the
left me his
magical
horn.
girl anime sparkles. That's the
I got
fart.
it.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
That's how
That's
sausage farts.
That came out a little different than I thought.
Wait, Gary. Hey, man.
I don't know why I have this, but
Hey,
Dude,
Gary!
why has Gary got a
Oh,
lowercase g? Why has Gary got a lowercase g?
Well, I don't need it.
Tubbo, I think.
Wait, at least the chairs
I don't know how
again,
to
and you're
tell
bringing
you
back the chairs.
I don't
guys.
think
I don't need it, clearly.
Did you see that?
Whoa, I
Tubbo,
did
bring
just
back
see
the
that.
chairs.
I did just see that.
There was like
What?
a purple, the
you see?
corruption. It like
where?
the
I
wave
saw
of
it just
corruption
moved.
just moved.
Oh.
What?
It's horrifying.
Wait, Pesto, take me there. Let's go.
Guys,
I'm walking.
we have a crazy new farm.
Why are you
Off we
singing
go.
Becky? Hello.
Welcome to
he's
my
just nostalgia
Craig of
farm.
City Farm.
Oh.
What the?
Pesto, what's the signs.
Deleting this?
Yeah, let's just get rid of it,
no.
guys. Let's just get rid of
We
it.
weren't supposed to
just
break
get
it
rid of
last
it.
time.
Get rid of it.
I don't
Wait,
remember
Pesto,
this
take me to the
being-
top. We'll get rid of it.
Let's take it out.
This
Let's
is
take it out.
Hello, guys, welcome to my
YouTube video. Today I'm going to tell you how to make Craig of City Farm.
I'm planting more.
Like it if you guys
do it.
What?
Oh,
Just wait.
hello.
What? What is going on?
Oh.
Jump!
What?
Jump rope.
I don't know if we can get rid of all of that.
Is this
quite a lot.
is this Dance Dance Revolution?
No,
What's
it's following it. I
happening?
need to follow it.
It's still
Guys.
going. Chase it.
Is it going out or in?
The castle, run!
Oh, it is going. Oh.
Is it
Oh, it's
going
done.
outward
There's a
or
circle, so there must be an
Should we
epicenter,
follow it or
right?
should we go to where it
Yeah,
started?
that's probably what it
This
is, yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's like
can
it-
I see my house?
Shouldn't we go where it's coming from?
I just
Where
want to
is
see
it?
my
That
house.
was cool.
Emanating from somewhere.
I just want to see my house.
Ow.
I'm so proud of this house that's been blown up 8 times. The
A lot
tavern.
of TNT you can have if you want to blow it up one more
I
time.
remember when Callum blew you up that one
Well, I
time. That
hear
was
a lot
great.
of
Oh,
things
remember
going
when Callum blew me up, and then remember when Pangi blew me up?
Oh yeah, it's good time.
Oh.
Sneak.
Who's chopping trees? Phil's alive.
It's lore. Don't worry about it. Oh, big boy.
I was stuck in the tree.
He chops.
I chop.
Remember when we laid
I've
down
been chopping
the
this whole time.
Struggled together?
The tree is not there.
Phil,
Yep.
I've never seen a man who loves wood as much as you. Take this.
I have.
Thank you, King.
I'm second in command on the wood.
Here's another emerald for hitting emerald and not diamond.
You're messed up. Guys,
It's the tree?
Guys. The tree.
The Christmas tree?
Tree. There's multiple
Christmas
trees.
What?
It's the Christmas is corruption.
It's
It's
a festive-
nearly
it's a-
Christmas.
It's a festive style finale.
It's like jump rope.
Wow, Christmas
We're being-
finale. Oh, I don't
Ushered
know how
along.
to do chords. Where's that? Someone lead me to the
this
chords.
way,
Just follow.
kinda.
Okay,
I will
thanks,
follow.
Phil.
I think Pesto's taking us. Like
Oh,
Pesto's just
Pesto.
spamming fireworks.
Oh, you're the best.
Oh. Well, there's a big one in my tower underneath on the first floor. There was a huge one there.
Oh, is that the tree?
No, the big tower thing.
Nyong.
Off we go.
Oh my god, there's so much.
Oh, Pesto, Pesto, you're going too far. I don't know where you are.
Purple finally decided to play the game.
Oh, it's this. Oh.
Oh, wait, what the
Oh,
light?
my
Oh,
God.
this tree?
It touched me.
It's on fire.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Good,
Oh my god, I'm gonna
fine.
die. Oh my
Good,
god.
fine.
Do you need food?
I think this is my fault.
Yeah.
God, hi, Rob.
I have one
Jesus.
life
There's a
left.
hole.
I have one life left.
I did not want this to happen.
Does
This is
anybody
not how I
have
thought.
any jukebox?
This is not what I thought was going to happen
Anybody
today.
have a
What do we need a jukebox for?
Oh, to place the discs.
Not the Lord.
Oh.
Oh, I have the severance disc.
Guys, I think this is my fault.
If that helps.
Does anybody have pig stats? My favorite
Oh,
one.
no. I only have the severance theme tune.
Sausage, what happened?
Sausage, I told you that you didn't have the corruption in the
Hello,
middle of the
everybody.
tree.
Am I muted?
Yeah, you are.
You're muted, Harry.
Okay, because no one's laughing at my jokes. I was just thinking I might be muted. Oh, no.
That was
Melting people.
Dude, the finale is just a rat killing
You have
everyone,
an
man.
issue. You have an issue.
what even is that weapon?
Oh yeah, do it. Do it then.
Yeah.
Can I be? It isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Hey guys.
Isn't that interesting?
You know
Yeah,
it's
kill a
impossible
ghost,
for me
idiot.
to die.
Why?
Stop!
I
Stop!
have. You can
Stop! You're
try
gonna kill
it.
me.
But I'm really worried at the end of the event we're all gonna die and it won't work because I can't die.
Wait, can I try?
Vulnerability.
Yes.
Are we supposed to go? Are we supposed to go down?
Let's see.
Sneak,
That's kinda fun.
Sneak,
Right?
I got a thing.
Yeah.
That's
Taking
it.
damage.
Perfect.
Again.
You're being heard when you're
Hey!
Wait, you might be
Watch out, there's a man,
Is
there's a
there a
man.
pot here?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
What have I done?
Oh my god.
Are they playing Take
What
Me
have I
to
done?
That?
Yes.
It's going down.
Oh wait,
I
no, I'm
don't
dying.
How are you getting
That zombie made me
damage?
We're all gonna die today.
All right, that's enough. Where's the lore?
Thank you.
I'm overstimulated.
I'm going in.
Get to the chorus, then stop it.
Nope. We're doing lore.
Sneak.
It's very weird in
Ow,
here.
ow, ow. Wait, no,
Wait,
wait.
you guys got
wait,
DMs
why do I-
last time you played that?
Why do we get
Why are y'all
corruption in
going
there?
down
Yeah.
there?
Going deep.
What are we
Are we
doing?
going in?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm going
You take
in.
damage when you go in. I like it.
Get too close.
Oh, you do?
Down there.
You get corruption damage.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh, I've got corruption.
I'm out, I'm out. I'm
Oh.
so out. Ow,
Go down. Oh no.
oh my god.
That doesn't feel good.
Oh. 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 So. Oh. It festers? It does what? No. Oh no. Okay. You're going in the clouds. Give me a second. Give me a second. You're going in the clouds. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. Shit. It festers. It festers as a crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that, actually. I'm really against it. Oh, I'm very against it. Oh, this is such a cringe song. I love it though. So screw you. It festers. Okay. So that's good, isn't it? Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at it. Don't think about it and don't look at it, okay? Thanks.
Best Maxing.
Why is a snail called Snaily Wells?
Still on Snaily.
Why is that snail?
My beautiful.
Snaily Sadala.
Why is there so many chickens?
Oh my
God.
Who put chickens in my basement?
Ow.
Make it-
Okay.
everything
Ow,
will be
that's
fine.
not fair.
Oh, I got smashed by something.
Thank you. You're
Pesto.
saving me from the festering Snaily.
So I'm really scared.
Why is the hole getting bigger, bro?
I'm quite scared.
That's what she said.
My corruption.
The hole's getting bigger.
Oh no!
It's stuck in my head.
Ow.
This is just like Fortnite. Where is actually?
Wait, I can't get out.
Where'd you get that pig?
What happened here?
Oh no.
But you might want to move it.
No.
Wait,
No. Oh.
I have no idea. how to
Guys,
stop
in
it.
Fortnite, we run away from the storm.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
This isn't safe, Bad. You need to run. It's not safe here. Bad, you need to go. It's not. You need to save yourself.
The chickens, Harry.
What?
Oh, it's growing really quickly. Go, 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 go. It's growing fast. It's growing out. It's growing out. It's growing out. It's growing out.
Where do we go?
Well, I just
Just
have
run
my
away
damn
from it for
pants.
now.
Guys,
Run away from it for now.
We could mine it,
Guys?
We could
We
mine
just
it.
choose run.
Just keep chopping, Phil. Just keep
But
chopping.
Yeah, that's how I cope. It's how I cope with
Turn
stressful
your back and
situations.
chop, Phil. It'll be fine.
my wood. I'm so sorry.
Callum, I got a level with you, bro.
What about your wood
I
sausage?
took a bunch of shit from your boat
corruption
and then
started
made
from my
netherite
wood. I
armor,
feel
but
so
then
bad.
instantly just
What
died
does
and
your wood
lost
have
all
to
of
do
it.
with
Oh, here, you want this stuff?
Oh my
Pesto,
goodness.
you want to chop wood?
What does your wood have to do with it?
Guys, I think this
Oh my
my
goodness.
tree. I built that
Okay.
tree.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, the tree.
Huh?
Oh, should we follow the fireworks, maybe?
Follow the
Oh yeah, good point.
Pesto!
Pesto,
Take
what's
us
up?
to where we need to go. Help, Pesto, help
Yeah, we
me.
gotta be quick, Pesto.
Wait,
This is
Okay.
crazy.
Um.
Oh my god.
Oh, Pesto, don't lead us to the corruption.
Nobody else can hit
Wait,
me.
Toby, I've got golden apples. Come here.
Just the snails can hit me for some
Yo,
reason.
gang, watch out. It's growing.
Okay. Wow.
Jesus.
Don't worry, follow the pesto.
Pesto! Let's
Follow
go!
the pesto, 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 follow the pesto.
Where
Pesto?
are we going?
Guys,
Follow the
guys,
pesto,
guys.
pesto, pesto.
Yeah,
Oh, we're going, we're off. Oh. Oh.
Are we
Oh.
supposed to follow you, Pesto?
Is this where we're
It's
going
actually
now?
just a trap.
Oh, we're on our way. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Where,
Was this
where are
sign?
you leading us,
Oh,
bro?
that's Morse code, guys.
Oh, what does it mean?
I don't know. I don't speak Morse.
Where's spawn?
Oh, we're here,
dead
I
language.
guess.
Oh, we're here.
Wait, can we
we
do
did
some?
it.
Can we do some gay?
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh no.
Guys?
Oh.
How did you reload my game, Pesto?
Can we have it be daytime?
Can we do some gay fireworks real quick? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I got an idea. You're gonna have to use this paper though
Oh, okay.
Look at the moon.
when you make the fireworks.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, not
okay,
again!
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Where is
Guys,
it?
look at the moon. Guys, look at the moon.
Where's the moon?
Behind this tree.
I'm
Come around.
seeing
Come
it
around.
now. What
Okay.
What am I looking at? Yo.
I'm a little worried about it.
I see what
It's
you
one
mean.
of the calamities.
I'm a little
dude, I
scared
feel
of that.
Wait, oh my god. Oh. You
No,
love
this
to
is
see
fine.
That's right. I gotta
look, I
I
made
You
gotta
having
get my
you
fix
having
in
a
there.
good time with your
I
law?
was supposed to be a villager hall. I never made it there. I never finished it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
this
cool
whole
though,
time
huh?
I've been an apple. This whole time I've been sleep chopping.
Owie, owie, owie,
Oh
owie.
god! Oh god! Oh god!
Oh my god.
What is Brent
Who is-
Zap
Oh my
doing?
god. That had me
nuking
at one
shit?
heart.
Oh my God, Michaela, are
One
you
heart is
okay?
crazy. I have pooped a little bit. I'm okay though.
Oh.
Sam, was that you?
Hello?
Was that you,
Why are
Sam?
you killing people?
Did you?
I didn't mean
I had
to.
a free bag of
And you're playing
chips.
in the sandbox.
Hey guys, let's log in and do
My
the
bad.
I'm gonna
My
shoot
bad.
the
It can only end. It can only end poorly.
Shoot.
Hello?
Oh, shoot.
Hi, Roz.
What's happening?
Me when I
Oh.
somebody.
Oh, shoot.
Wait, what's going on?
I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm so
Guys, what
scared.
happened? What happened?
Roz, I have no idea what's
I was trying to
happening.
blow up my little thing that I built. I didn't know it was gonna.
You
Damn.
blew it up?
Well,
Damn,
like,
you
yeah, I
almost
made a little
killed me.
trading hall down here. I was gonna get rid of it. I was gonna blow it up.
That was your
Well, I mean,
voice?
it worked. So.
No,
Yeah, I was at
no,
2
no.
hearts.
No, oh, really? Damn.
2 tubbo.
No, I was just trying to get rid of this build I made.
You need it.
Oh,
And then
you
I got rid of
it.
spawn, too.
I don't like that. Don't like it. Actually, don't like it.
Wait, where's the tree? Wait, is the tree still... Oh my God, guys, look over here. What?
Wait, Roz, where are we looking?
Are you...
I don't know where over here is.
Oh.
Oh.
The whole boss fight. Oh, we lost.
Where is that? Oh.
Oh, sausage.
Guys, can we do something? Guys, can we do something?
Should we sacrifice sausage?
Wait. Oh, I think I'm gonna.
Wait,
I think I'm gonna finish my house with like a nice purple exterior.
My house is that way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's moving.
Oh my God.
Moving where?
Oh, I miss the realm SMP where everyone talks.
I love the SMP where everyone talks.
Come here.
Oh! On the next episode of The Realm, we talk.
Oh my goodness.
Safe to say my house is cooked, guys.
Yo, this is
Your house.
It's over.
Johnny's dad is in the splash zone.
I Justine.
Oh.
Justine.
the body.
I just.
My whole base is gone. My whole base is gone. My whole base is gone.
Why have you done this?
Can I have an iPhone, I Justine?
Hold on.
Either it's my fault or I'm being framed. I'm being framed, I think. Luna, I'm being framed. I didn't do this, Luna. I didn't do this.
It's Koi Pizza so loud.
Wait,
It's Koi Pizza, the loudest person in the world.
Wait, guys, am I really not loud?
Oh my goodness.
Nah, you're fine. Really good.
I think you saved the day.
Quiet for a bit.
Oh.
No. Speak up. We can't hear
Guys, I
you.
can't hear.
Speak up. We can't hear you.
The keepers are trying to
Oh
make
my
us feel
God, I'm
bad.
so
Can everybody
overstimulated.
pause?
It's begun.
GG.
Oh, it's making my tummy hurt.
The keepers are trying to make us feel bad for the thing that they won't prevent.
Adequately. Is anybody else a slideshow?
Nick, have I ever told you how much
Kinda,
I
yeah.
just hate you?
Love it.
Oh, it's
Well,
still
I'm
spreading.
dead,
It's still
so,
spreading.
You know.
You know what?
Wait, follow the fireworks. Follow the fireworks. Guys,
Where are the fireworks?
Over here.
Where's
Center.
here?
It's the center.
I'm festering
Okay.
it. I'm festering it.
Oh god.
Oh,
The
God,
server
my-
is chudding.
Oh.
Yeah, guys.
Chudding?
The server
I like
is
that.
chudding.
I like that.
The server's chudding.
The
Chudding.
server's like it's Lose Prime. Hold me. Hold me.
no,
close.
the thing, it's all
It's
going.
the end. It's the end.
Oh, hi, Keeper.
Don't shake your head. It's the end. It's the end.
Hi, Keeper. You really made this.
Oh, is
you
that?
really,
Wait, where's? Oh, hello.
You really made this not happen, huh?
little different.
Awkward.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Hi, Keeper.
Oh,
Hey,
this
man.
is where it. This is
Did
where
I
it all
graduate
began.
Keeper University? Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Did I
Did
graduate?
you do it right? Have you
I
seen
found
what's
it.
going on?
Bro.
Chloe?
What
do you mean? Did you do it right?
I fear no one's done it right.
Well,
I
they are
think,
pretty- Oh, guys, it's
unfortunately,
happening the
none of
other
them
side
did it.
Stupid.
Oh my, guys, it's happening from the castle. It's coming from the castle.
Whoa.
Did you prevent this?
From the
If
castle?
not,
No.
no.
Goodness, yeah.
Oh no.
Hold me. Hold me.
Oh, it's
Is the
everywhere.
entire castle purple,
That's
or am I tweaking?
Let's go
Wait,
back.
I
Where
my
are you?
rate is not that
Yes.
high. I need to do
You're
plate
tweaking.
arms.
Where the pesto
You're so
go?
tweaking.
Yes.
Guys,
Guys, it's festering! Look behind you! It's festering!
Wait, it's festering.
Corruption is for everyone run! It's not safe!
Oh God.
Wait, if we all log out, then it's fine, right? I think if we all log out, then it'll be fine.
That's how that
Yeah.
works.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think that's how that works.
No, okay.
Snails will protect us.
Wait, guys,
Wait,
if we log out and
Keeper?
load the chunks, then we don't die.
Oh, we going this way now?
If you don't log in, we won't.
Oh, over this way?
So serious.
No.
No, okay.
I think it's
There's
poetic.
one
The server is
choice.
ending how it lived.
Is the-
serious. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could just log out.
Serious.
Awesome.
I'm being
serious.
so
I'm so
serious.
freaking scared right now.
Wait,
what do we do?
What have we never been
leave?
more serious?
There you go.
We leave.
We leave.
We leave. What are we leaving to? Oh no,
Like-
bad. Look at your cathedral.
Like log off?
Yeah.
This is our home. What?
Like you or...
We've been working on traveling. Oh, we're doing that thing?
We've
We
been.
would have been traveling.
My
We're
tower.
working on traveling between dimensions.
Muffin, I got you. Come here, I'll keep you safe.
Did you
Muffin,
find a
come here.
wormhole? It's a one-way street.
Wait, is that the
Muffin.
coming in?
right.
You were talking about.
Homosexual.
I'm alright.
Bad
I'm
scats,
alright.
Purpled
Alright.
up.
Wasn't that the name of a
That's
Hang
fine.
hang on, I'll save
Are
you.
you?
Why did you hand it to me?
I'm keeping you nice and safe in there, buddy.
Why did I get a
You're
paper
gonna
that
be okay.
says homosexual on
You're
it?
gonna be okay.
Toby, Toby,
what
whatever
is
happens, I just want to
gonna
say
be
I love
okay.
you.
I love you.
I don't know how this is gonna end, but I will always love you, Toby.
You're gonna
There's no way it can end like
I'm so overstimulated. I
We
can't.
good?
I'm so overstimulated.
I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save
It's
you.
over
I'm glad to see the new
9,000.
server
care.
updates made the server
No, you
back
didn't.
up.
Wait, I gotta see the
It's purring
castle.
like a
Your chop?
machine
I'm
right
trying to
now.
save you.
Phil is still chopping wood. He's
Yeah, it
Dude,
and
number
he's
go
still-
up, number go up.
The party ended years ago. We're still chopping wood.
Sam, on my...
idea, bro.
Yeah, man, you guys do. You're just jealous you don't have like 24 emerald apples.
always got a good idea. Fuck yes.
Bro, I literally had a tung our blood, bro.
What's happening? What are we deducing?
Hey, can this apocalypse hurry up or like what?
Guys, the snails are
Oh, beautiful.
I was chilling
I've
in
not
like the
seen
ghost
half
area.
of
Someone
it.
do
right?
all the camera right here.
Wow. How nice. How lovely and wonderful and nice.
Where's my snail?
Wait, what
Be on
are
an
we
Yo, it's the
adventure.
keeper of the realm, bro.
I'm
excited.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back?
How
I
to
don't
leave?
think he left.
And
I don't
it's
think he
going.
left.
Hey,
Everyone's
He's
festering.
Yeah,
Our hero.
Calms, bro.
He's stupid.
He's high.
What is it like this?
Shoot.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness, I'm
shoot.
afraid.
Oh.
We do not talk. No,
My
no,
goodness,
no.
my
We do
goodness.
not.
Is this just...
Oh.
I got my eye on you.
Boy, peace out. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Look what I found.
Happy to be a part of the team. Hey,
They're still
I'm back.
happy to be part of the team here.
Yeah, look.
They're meeting.
Oh, it's coming.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
So,
all
so
Oh, hey guys, it's getting close.
God,
Oh my
God.
I'm not feeling too
Why are
good.
we just constantly killing people?
Purple's back.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Dude, a freaking
Stop
knockdown.
doing it. What are you
Guys, it's getting
doing?
closer. It's getting
Just
closer.
stop
Oh,
doing
hey.
shit.
It's so loud. It's so freaking loud.
Are you gonna die?
You guys, get this guy out of
This is
here.
crazy.
He's literally escaping. He actually
Guys.
can't handle.
Guys, it's
Guys,
getting closer on all
wait,
sides.
deal me in, deal me in.
Somebody's gonna need
Thanks,
some
guys.
help.
Can you throw me a photo of Nick to calm me down?
Thanks so much.
Someone.
Yeah. Maybe be like,
Why is it called fart?
Thanks.
maybe
Thanks,
some
guys.
don't deserve the salvation.
Thanks so
that
much.
we're
Thank you.
striving
Hello,
so
fart.
hard for.
Thanks.
Bro actually
hi,
ender
keeper.
pearled out after
Well, maybe
murdering
it's
two
one of these. This
people.
one don't have a name.
Someone needs to unban
Like,
Purple.
can you just maybe just don't plant a bomb? Maybe don't plant a
Don't worry,
bomb
guys.
for 5 fucking seconds.
Okay, update you.
Guys,
Probably
it's
screen
getting
keep
closer.
around.
Oh my God, dude.
Like what?
Guys, I think I should become a snail. How do we feel about that?
Wait,
If we're
we
good?
surrounded?
Yeah, snail time.
Yeah, we
I'm gonna become a snail.
Hey,
Double, we
snails.
need you. We need you. The
How much?
camera.
How much can I ask
Yo,
you
it's
guys
getting
to just
closer.
It's
so
like
over.
beat Prince Sam to death?
All right,
Yo,
guys.
Purple.
All right,
He's
everyone,
blown up 3
everyone
people
kill
already.
Prince
Yo.
Sam.
And
Everyone
nothing-
kill
No,
Prince
I'm
Sam.
making amends. I'm making amends. I'm giving you
Everyone
armor.
kill
I'm making
Prince-
amends, bro. No, take the armor I gave you, please,
No,
bro.
we gotta beat
Please.
this guy. We gotta beat this dude to death.
Yo,
Jack,
Purple, did you get the
everything I
stuff I
worked
gave
for.
you or no?
You're buying time. We're wasting time.
Wait, what the?
So much is happening.
Yo,
I don't
What
even
a- this is some
understand.
kablam
All right,
shit going
so
on.
like, what if you guys beat?
It's
What if you guys
kablam.
froze
We
him
need
in place
kablam.
and beat him to death?
Kablam.
What are your
I'm out
thoughts?
Oh, really?
I know how to deal with it.
I need to ride off into the corrupted
This is a
sunset
wood
with
sword.
kablam.
Hit me.
I don't think that's gonna do much
Where's
against
that
him.
eye?
Unless you did, unless you
Go to
could
the center. Everyone back to the center.
Watch this.
snail beer.
Keepers, do
Guys,
something for once in your
I'm
life.
a little crazy right now. I'm gonna be
You
honest.
can do
touched by
snail
the
beer and a wood
corruption.
sword.
I can see everything.
Tubbo.
Oh, ow.
I can't use it.
Okay,
it
that's a
doesn't
bomb.
let me.
Nuke him.
Foolish.
Nuke
I'm
him
just
for
not
right
top
This is just like
is
steal
the
a brain.
Oh.
Now what?
Yeah, there's keepers on every corner, I think.
Wait,
Is that how
is
they
this
serve?
Oh my god.
I wish I had a free bagger.
What do we do after? What do snails do after we drink snail beer?
This is like when you have to summon
They're
the
making a
evil.
ring. Yeah, they're making a ring around.
Why? What did I do?
Nothing has ever been
Oh
louder.
my god.
Nothing has ever been louder.
High keeper of the realm. High
Can we
keeper of
talk
the
about how we got
realm.
two
High
tabs on
keeper of the realm. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Guys, the
Guys,
watching
it's
is
a
going
hot tub.
It's a hot tub.
The corruption's coming in.
Guys, they're eating it.
Yeah, they got some hot springs out here. This is nice.
Lock
Yeah, I'm
on.
getting
Where you at?
It's in a sauna.
Whoa, it only took them 2 fucking years to do anything.
Help
Crazy.
us.
is going on?
One of my favorite things in the world is when they get 22 different people and they throw them all together in a very small space, and then they just say, just talk, just do whatever you want to talk. That's fine. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Jump in the
I
tub.
need to know who you
Jump in the tub, guys. Jump in the
Stop
tub.
bringing logic into this.
Guys, get in the hot tub. Come on, let's chill here.
Hold me.
Okay.
Everybody get in the hot tub.
We'll be fine, Luna. We'll be fine.
Let's try the one
I did. I failed my
Thanks for the
civic
apple.
duties.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
I didn't feel in there.
Maybe
No, no.
Body
You've got more?
I don't know.
Let me back up that. I was having fun up there.
We have friends.
I was wondering whose dogs they were.
Hold it. Dude, the keepers trying to like save us.
These guys
We're just like, why are all the dogs
Phil,
on
I'm
fire?
gonna miss you so
in?
much, man.
This is gonna be fine.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, my bad.
Where is Ross?
Warming isn't real, so I think we're good.
Ollie, it's been real. I'll see you on the next SMP.
But,
Oh no.
They said
there's
we're
gonna
good.
be another?
Oh no.
Luna, don't get to the edge.
Where's the nuke? Tubbo, nuke bad.
I
Well, we
think
saw
the
the
nuke is
chance.
happening right
I need
now.
all of the snails to start jumping. I need all of the snails to start jumping. Please start
Oh, guys, don't worry. Kyle's here.
Can it be ready? This is way too much noise.
Make it ready.
I'm extremely overstimulated. Can it be ready yet?
Do
you have it up, Bobby?
While you're jumping. Start
Oh, no, I
spinning.
farted
What's
again.
that?
What was that?
spinning.
What is going on?
Why did I just
Fruity
hear
fart?
Five Nights at Freddy's sound?
I'm so sorry.
Fruity fart is crazy.
Bro, you got it.
Yo, if you chill on my
Gimme.
snails, go.
Guys,
go back
what
to
is
the
that?
No, I'm
What
not
did you
taking
eat,
it.
Josh?
He's breaking it.
Wait, over here, guys. Over here. The keeper's breaking it.
You guys think my house is okay? It's over that way.
What's happening? What?
Wait, the keeper's
What's
They're making a
Wait, what?
contract.
Wait.
Wait, they're doing a contract.
Sacrificing.
No.
Oh,
No, you're not.
What's happening over
Okay, you're not. It's fine.
Snoozer got
Wait,
big.
so,
Oh my god.
Heaven just went into looting everybody.
Pastor, what happened?
Snoozer has signed
Pastor,
a
are you
4-year
okay?
contract with the Los Angeles
Look,
Lakers.
they got purple on.
You're sucking it away.
They're what away?
Guys, you definitely want to come over here. Definitely come to the center. It's closing in.
what's
Hurry
happening?
up. Can it just happen?
What's happening here?
Guys, it's getting
Paso.
a little crazy.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god,
Don't
They're getting corrupted.
Wait, oh my god, the snails are sacrificing.
Notice how the snails can do something and the keepers can't. What's
Sacrifice himself for
new?
the server, guys. He told me.
Paso.
We're good. We're safe.
What have you got in your hand?
Pasto. Pasto, please. Pasto. Pasto.
I'm breaking everything.
Pasto. Wait. Pasto, no.
Wait, where's Jaworski?
Oh my god, they're eating it.
I can't. I can't do it. I actually can't do it. Why are people laughing? Do I have time to pee?
Doing great, Never mind.
Get in the water.
What's going on? This sounds like a JOI.
We're good.
Why did everyone stop talking as soon as I said that?
Hey, can this hurry up? This is very.
And breathe. It's okay. It's safe here.
Loki Pesto. He's like almost crying and then everyone's shouting so I can't cry anymore.
Oh, we could go back.
No, because I don't, no, because oh, Pesto.
Pesto's doing great things. They're a warrior.
Yeah, let's go back. I don't want to miss them. Oh, thank you for the, thank you.
Jump in. Oh, we low-key missed the pinnacle moment.
Oh, whoops.
You know that whole thing they were holding up?
Oh, yeah. Let's go back. It's fine.
You have a lytra?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just.
But I can fly. Oh no, I can't. Why can't I fly? Why? Oh, well, we're just gonna sprint. Oh, Pesto. Okay.
This is really good, guys. This is really good.
I don't know what
Guys, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
The end of a FNAF game.
My screen is black.
There's light at the end of the tunnel over here.
Wait, guys, what do you guys see? I'm just on a low video. This is crazy. Wait, you guys seeing this?
I can't see anything.
Unmute your mic and start talking.
Wait.
Sorry, who's playing the last post?
There you go.
Wait, shush.
I see it.
Please shut up.
I remember this from the egg.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at that dimension. Look at that aspect ratio.
Wait, everything's
Wait, chill.
Yeah.
Wait, everything's getting reset.
Nobody's muted.
No way,
Nobody
Pangi.
can mute themselves.
Are we supposed to be watching something?
Oh,
Yeah.
They're working on it.
Oh, dude, this is so HD.
My favorite color is purple.
It's a great reset.
My favorite color is purple.
I like
Is this
purple.
the great meme reset of 2026?
Guys,
Get
this
a
is just
job.
This is like the Fortnite cube.
I don't even think I can mute, bro.
I can't
This is
mute.
just
I'm
like
so
the
sorry.
Fortnite cube.
Oh.
Another begins again.
Wait, who said that early? How'd you get spoilers on that? Who did that?
I told you they were bums. I told you.
Oh, this is awesome.
This means
We're going home, boys.
almost there. We're going home.
Hey, you foolish.
Who remembers the Infinity
Nobody
Stones?
cared about that castle. It's fine.
Who remembered the Infinity Stone?
Advertisement.
IP
My
leaked.
name is Andrew Dingus.
IP leaked.
Oh.
Whoa.
All right. All right.
My dandelion lover.
Did Snaily Whale send
Do I
one?
have to L?
Caracol.
Ooh.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh,
Chip.
They all died, bro.
Where's my snail?
Looking at you.
Yeah, I don't think your snails.
Y'all had snails?
Scared enough,
Wait,
bro.
so they snails in here. What the hell?
oh my god.
Wow.
What was I doing?
Ridiculous, dude.
Crunch. Real.
Joe Broski Prime.
Bro, Gary didn't say anything. Dead to me.
Oh, it's not done yet. Chill.
It's going,
Yeah, you're
man.
not sure time yet.
Already dead.
Bonjour.
I don't speak French.
I'm thinking.
Damn. That was a crazy one.
And it's mejor papa. He called me daddy. Oh no.
First, you're last.
What is going on?
Okay, there were no way there were this many snails.
There were a lot of
snails.
I
love you, Luna.
Oh, Pesto.
That's so sad.
Whoa.
What the hell?
Wow. Damn.
Daily well.
Sailor.
I think you're making these up. I'm gonna be honest. I think you're making these up.
Snoozer. No, they're actually all snails.
Wait, the tsunami.
Where's Crinkle?
This is actually genuinely so sweet.
Oh, just a snail.
Oh, Snoop.
That's so sweet.
Wait, we got like the Minecraft story mode loading screen. That was awesome at the end. Like,
What do you mean at the end?
How are you guys at the end?
Spoilers. Calm down.
To be fair, I think I'm like a minute ahead of everyone.
I'm watching this through somebody else's stream,
I
bro.
know. That's impossible.
As it was meant to be.
Oh, I see the
Snayosi.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm at Snayosi too, man.
Yeah, me too.
Oh damn.
Like, oh, Minecraft story mode, cool.
Snams.
Nah.
This is so cool, dude. I've never had like an SMP give credits and have like all the people helping make
Oh,
it.
I'm back.
have, like,
I'm back in the
messages.
real
This is so
world.
wholesome.
This is so sweet.
I need you to chill.
I actually love that.
I don't know if you can call this the
Cool,
real
man.
world.
That's very cool.
By the way,
So,
guys, these guys actually made the SMP work.
What's
way
the
more than I
vibe
did.
here?
Like, these
Yeah, like that's so cool that they did this. I actually love this.
Like,
Yeah.
and also the majority of the ideas are always
Just a
them.
snail.
Just a snail, finally.
Let's go.
Oh, is that?
Oh, loading.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys thought about Minecraft story
hi,
mode?
guys.
Oh no!
Are you serious? Are you being for real right now?
Guys,
Well,
I
welcome
have
back.
light level 15 in my inventory.
Huh?
Does anyone want light level?
Guys,
All
which
right,
way are
who's
we
got an
going?
ender
Which
pearl?
way?
Who's got an ender pearl?
I'm going this way.
Can you
I'm
listen to me
leaving.
for a second, people?
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
I believe there's one last thing left to do if everyone could join the Discord group channel and log out the server for the last
What the?
time.
What is a Discord?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I mean, okay. Oh, before I get killed. Hello.
All right, everybody.
Hello.
Now this is the bit I'm incredibly nervous for. Do we have everyone here?
No, everyone's killing each other.
Definitely not, but it's okay.
Okay. Wait, that's so sad. I'm actually so sad it's over, to be totally honest. All right. Okay. I'm gonna wait until we have everyone now. How many people are we looking? We should have around. I think we
Get
should
in
have
the
around 40
clouds.
people in this VC when we have everyone admins
In the
and players
clouds.
combined.
Are you guys hearing these little festive joy noises? I like that.
I've got streamer mode on. I'm a fraud. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Okay, I'm fine,
It's a
by
little,
the way.
like, you know,
I'm actually really fine.
but, like
by the
imagine,
way.
but like cooler.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay, well, at least Kyle F's here, thank God. We could probably start. All right, guys. Well, that was the end of the. Oh, we're still okay. People are still
Okay,
joining.
I'm fine, by the way.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's surely this is everyone, right? Five times. That's like 20. Okay, we're missing a few, but that's fine. Okay. Well, so I'll get started. Basically, that was the end of the private server, and it was very cool to run this server for all of us to come together and play together. This server was very special to me because I felt like I've done a lot of stuff in Minecraft over my years of streaming, and I've met loads of people from different sides of the Minecraft community, and this was kind of my attempt at bringing everyone and all my favorite people from those different groups I met around Minecraft together to play together, and I think it went better than I ever could have imagined, and I'm very grateful for you guys for making the server as special as it
Sorry, I'm gonna mute
ended
so
up
that you can
being,
hear
and that's
Tubbo.
awesome.
My apologies. I need to
before-
cry.
However. Oh.
Yes.
Am I muted?
No,
my God. Sorry, I thought we were all muted. I thought it was like I thought it automatically muted us. My fault. My fault.
Bro got caught trash talking.
However, because the realm was so special to me, it would feel amiss if we didn't let the awesome members of the community who made the server as great as it was also get to experience the realm. So I wanted to invite you guys to load up Minecraft 1.21.8. You do have to load up a different version of Minecraft. I'm sorry. We tried.
She has vowed to look after that egg in the way that she couldn't look after Pesto. And in the way that Pesto looked after her. So I hope that's a good enough end for you guys. I hope you're okay with it. Thank you so much to everyone that was on the realm. Obviously, massive, huge thank you to Tubbo for inviting me. Thank you to everyone who did any lore with me. But most of all, more than anyone else, huge shout out to Pesto. Pesto's done so. Pesto's actor just did so much for me. Just showed up all of the time for me in a way that genuinely I couldn't expect from anybody ever. Huge shout out to all of the snails, all of the admins, everyone that worked on that server. Without the admins, the server would not have run. There were multiple times where like the server died and like it just died and I needed something and the admins were always there. We were frantically talking last night. I finalized TR Waters ending at 2 a.m. Yes, well, today. And then bless Pesto's actor came and helped me work on the cinematic and stuff earlier today. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Of course I can send it to them, Syndicate. They will see it probably before I send it to them, but I will absolutely send it to them. Oh, I'm so wow. Oh, I love this stupid server. I love this fuck ass stupid server, but it's done. It's over. I hope that was an okay ending. You guys, the regulars here, will know that I've complained many a time about not really knowing how I was going to wrap up the story. I don't know if that was ever really going to be the plan, but I'm glad that it turned out at least a little bit okay. The cinematic took me like 4 hours to like fully get done, just because I didn't know what I was doing, so I had to brainstorm it all, and then film it, and then obviously edit it, and I don't know how to edit, so learning curve, I suppose. I am going to join the public server in a minute. I can't do it right now. I'm scared. I'm very sad. I'm going to miss Pesto a lot. Pesto, genuinely, wholeheartedly, I think I looked at my statistics just before the finale. I've spent 20.82 days, I think, on the server. And Pesto's been there for many of those hours. I think day 2 or day 3, I had a snail. I think I was the fastest person to ever get a snail. And Pesto genuinely was a best friend. Like, I know Pesto couldn't talk. I don't care, whatever. Pesto still spoke in their own way, and I really loved them, and I still do, and I think I'm never gonna forget this, a silly little snail. Not this song. So, not this song. This'll do. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching and caring about TR Water. Huge thank you to you guys for watching it. I'm trying really hard not to cry anymore so I can play on the public server and join the VC again. There's still loads of people in the VC. Okay. Okay. Should we join the VC? Is that the plan? Oh. The realms meant so much to me as well as your character, and it will probably forever be a part of me. It changed me in the bestest way ever, so thank you, Water. I'm very grateful for this. Thank you, Whitley, for the wonderful, amazing, sweet words. Yeah, it's been awesome. I'll see you soon, Jane. I'll see you soon. Shall we just get onto the... Let's get onto the public server to make it less sad. How about that? Let me join the Discord VC again.
Yo, daily vote, big.
Damn.
Big. Well, that's not set up actually.
Hi, I'm back. What did I miss?
How is Harry died?
How is Harry? How did Harry just die to a vindicator? What?
How did you
That's
do
honestly
that?
impressive.
Can you give me one of my hearts back? I didn't know it was like the other server.
How did you do that?
Okay. And then that's the last faction. I'm trying to think if there's anything else cool to show you guys. There's an auction house as well. There's an auction house. Which is just down here as well.
Did the NPCs just wave goodbye? What is this?
Yeah, they did.
Oh my god, Billy made it! Billy! Wait, oh my god, I can't believe Billy made it!
I
have
a question.
What's up?
I'm so sorry.
Press enter to enable the narrator.
No, so if you type /settings, all of your privacy settings, including TPA and also your PvP toggle as well. So you can toggle PvP. PvP is opt-in, so it's off by default for everyone.
Oh, yay.
But if you play with PvP on, you get an 80% XP buff.
Wait,
please,
please.
80
is dangerous.
80%.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
In the settings, it says skill XP gain display. Can we actually physically see number go up?
Yes, you can see number go up.
Oh my god!
Well, that's just beautiful. That's just what people love.
I'm gonna vomit.
Okay, and then over here, this is the blacksmith where he can increase the quality of your tools. And then also there is in here the repairman who actually repair your tools because as you know, there's no mending.
Mending on the server? Wow.
That's awesome.
Okay, and I
like-
think...
Wait, did you actually set it up so there's no actual way to get mending? Like at
Yes,
all?
there's no mending.
Why would you lie about that?
There never was.
No, he's joking.
You could get mending on the private server.
Well, this is a real...
You're an asshole.
This has got proper rules in.
True.
I'm not gonna lie, this has proper rules.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and now...
This guy is freaking out. Do you guys see this guy freaking out in here?
One of my shadows is in Q position 6-7.
He's geeking. Why is he geeking?
That's tough.
That's because people are right-clicking him. He does that.
He's off the act right now.
Right click him.
Right-click him and he starts geeking.
He's doing good.
Yeah, you'll never swing this axe.
Okay.
Forever
Go
gonna
crazy,
be
go
not
crazy.
Okay, well, I think it's finally time to actually launch. Oh, Water, you did make it.
I did make it. Hi.
Okay.
Welcome to the
All right, so I am now able to run a command. That command is whitelist off, which will start letting people join the server.
Oh no! Oh no!
Also, I do just want to say, okay, guys, I have to do a plug. I'm about to do an ad. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, is that okay? I'm sorry.
Surely not. No.
Guys, I'm about to do an ad. So basically, the server has very limited capacity because it's our first time doing something like this. And if anyone who is in the queue wanted to be able to join the server faster, there is a server store where you can buy priority queue access. All of that money is going to be going towards development for season 2 of the Realm Private, and also paying the developers the money they very much deserve, because this team has basically been volunteering to make everything that we've been enjoying possible. And everyone on the server is working on profit share. So the money the server makes goes back into their pockets. If you're a fan of the Realm and want a second season, please do consider checking out store.realmsmp.net. You can buy gems, which give you all kinds of crazy cosmetics and nicknames. And there's also emotes you can get in the chat and everything like that. Okay, and that's my plug. Go to the store. I'm going to turn the whitelist off now.
I speak for everyone when I say we are buying everything.
We're buying
Thank you, everything.
We are buying
everything.
Do we get anything as a player on the first?
Yes, I'm sure the admins can give everyone like 10,000 gems. I'm sure they can.
That's a great idea.
I would like $100,000.
Give me $100.
Well, we can't do
$20
too much because it will mess with the server economy. Like I said, it's supply and demand. So, okay, how many people do we have online right now? I want to know how many we're going to be letting in here.
There's like 400 in the queue.
Like 34. There's 35
Oh my goodness.
right now.
I'm clicking.
Everyone just received 10,000 gems.
Wow.
And there you go.
Let's go.
Let's
To
get
the store.
So for
Wait,
anyone
this
that's
is
wondering how to
awesome.
join, it is Minecraft 1.21.8 and the IP is realmsmp.net. I'm turning the whitelist off now. Oh god.
I will
dance for gems. I will
Here we
dance for
go.
gems.
Found.
I can't
Yeah,
spend my
that
gems.
isn't working.
Wait, what?
I can't buy the founder's case. It says this command was not found.
Let's
Are
go.
we for real?
Wait, it
Wait,
plugs the Twitch?
Yo, it
What?
plugs the Twitch when you
Oh my
open a
God.
case. Yo,
No,
what?
no,
How
that's
do I
not the
buy a
clip. That's
case?
just you can watch people open the cases.
Where are the cases? I'm ready.
It's probably a
Case,
permission
case,
issue.
cases,
They'll
cases.
fix it. People will fix it.
That's really funny.
Oh, you can just watch people in game. That's so funny.
10,000
Yeah,
gem
yeah.
case opening, guys.
Everyone watch
No,
it.
Happening right now.
You
CS:GO
can go
cases
the,
are back.
I can't. I don't actually have perms to turn the whitelist off, so someone's gonna have to do that.
Guys, you can also get the hats that I made for the ball.
Yes,
and
Ross's
it's,
hats are in there.
Oh my god.
You
all
got
the
the
hats
first
for the
round.
music.
I remember
Oh,
those. Hell
this is
yeah.
awesome.
Also, talk to the NPCs. There's these
Can we
things
just
and
take me to
stuff.
Snurch?
They say a lot of things that are silly.
Sexymon did the dialogue for the NPCs.
moron.
That was
Thanks, Pokemon.
Our
librarian
is so stupid.
Whoa! Guys, let me
These
tell
guys on a
you, there's a money leaderboard. You can get on top of the leaderboard.
Oh, there is a money
Oh,
leaderboard if
God.
you want to come over here.
Oh,
By the way, I feel like I should say
Capitalism.
for the community as well, I feel like I should say 1 week after the launch of the public server, we're going to be giving a free computer to whoever has the highest power level.
Oh, damn.
This is really important right now because RAM is really expensive.
Yeah, RAM is
Wait,
I actually need a PC.
Anyone who plays on the server is eligible for the computer. It's just at the end of a week after launch, whoever has the highest power level will be. I will ship them a free computer.
Yo,
How do I gamble?
I must win
How do
Tubbo's
I
free
open the
PC.
game?
I must win Tubbo's free PC.
Okay, staff, can we turn off the whitelist?
Free PC. Let's calm down.
They'll do
Yo, leave me
everything, they'll do
alone.
records.
Speak for yourself.
Leave me alone.
Can we turn off? Turn off.
What did we open the crates?
Oh wait.
I think it's just taking a
So,
sec.
Oh wait. Apparently the.
Oh, I
crate-
can open it now. Yeah.
Crate.
Where?
Were you by Casey?
Oh, right
In
click
the
the store. Right
compass.
click the store. Everyone open one. Open.
I want to buy
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is real gambling!
It's gambling. It's gambling, Harry. It's gambling. Oh my
Okay, wait, so they actually do have
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait, what is this? Wait, I might get the green bow.
What is this?
Oh, I might get a green bow. I've got a green bow.
Community
I got-
Gamba, this
I got-
is big.
I got a legendary miner hat. Hold on.
Wow.
I got a
miner hat.
I got a purple bow.
Where? GG's for Harry.
GG, Harry. GG.
He
GG.
got
bring it on.
Another, yeah, I'm
Why have I got a
I
miner
love that
hat?
it's discounted if you
Why does
open
it-
another one. It's totally
Why
gambling.
does it do that?
Yeah, it is gambling.
Bro, I'm so in on discounted
Who are
gambling.
you?
A nickname ticket. I
What's
can
a
create my own
nickname?
custom nickname. Wow.
Oh, you can. You
Oh,
can.
I
You
got-
can just.
What the crown? What the crown?
Oh, wait, oh my God! People are joining.
I got a
People are
custom
joining.
nickname.
Hello.
I'm having the worst
Keep
game
gambling.
ever.
Wait,
I
the
don't know,
people
keep
the
getting
rank
cheaper the
got
more
it.
you
It
gamble.
worked. It worked. The priority queue worked.
Please give me the legendary.
Wow.
Guys, I'm wasting all my money. I'm wasting all my
I
money.
got mint frost.
What the hell does that do?
I don't know what it's
Huge.
I got a blue
Tubbo,
crown.
is there a limit on how cheap it gets? I'm on discount of 100 right now.
Yeah, it discounts the max of 250.
Guys,
I'm
I'm
at
a
discount
all day then,
150.
baby.
Gambling so much right
Let's
now.
get it.
I'm a pretty
I'm here
princess.
all
I'm
Oh,
day.
if you want to wear your cosmetics, it's slash backpack, by the way.
Wait, this
and
is
you
cute.
can
Let's see.
Dude, I have no legendary items. I'm still trying to get
I'm
legendary.
doing this
my
again.
bow,
Oh.
guys. Be honest.
I'm
No
gambling
way,
again.
no way. We just launched the public server, and all you guys can do is
I'm
gamble.
gambling again.
They're
I'm
just
gambling.
gambling.
I'm trying to
I'm
gamble.
gambling
Run
again. I'm
around.
gambling
I'm
again.
low-key grinding, but yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
Let's be
I'm kind of already woodcutting level 4, by the way. I'm
No
kind
one
of
will
big
know.
deal.
Yeah, let's just
Flower
stand here
crown.
and be.
Flower crown. Yes. I got the flower crown, Ross.
Thank you
Wow.
for supporting the
They're
server.
never gonna know.
These are
They're never gonna
all
know.
mid.
Where am I?
I'm buying this again. I'm buying this again. I'm doing
Why
this
can't I
again.
just walk out?
Yo, does anyone remember how to make the...
I'm doing this again.
Wait,
By
this
the way,
is
I forgot
freaking
to
No, I need to
awesome.
Zephyr, I
By the
need to
way,
lock in on
all
that.
of
I can't stop. I can't
all
stop.
of the terrain for the world which
There we
people
go.
play in, and oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you guys can create your own towns as well with groups of like your communities and
hell?
stuff.
That's
Wait, you're kidding.
Yeah, you can create your own towns, and you can
Do you
like
want to do a bit
go
more
to
about the
offices of the town.
gameplay?
Yes. Oh my gosh, and also like the whole world is like custom terrain as well. So it's not vanilla terrain. It's like vanilla-esque. Oh my gosh.
Silk Road.
Whoa.
Damn.
Artifact.
Someone has
GG.
artifacted already?
Dude,
Someone has
I almost got
artifacted.
the gold crown just
wait,
now.
is there more stuff you can do with the gems, or is it just gambling?
I did it. I
The
got a
gems
thing.
can also, in the future, they're going to be used to purchase something called the Plus Pass. Also, you can trade them between players as well as you can trade your cosmetics with people. Oh my god, people are gambling too much.
I can't stop gambling.
Dude, I can't stop, bro. I can't
I
stop.
can't stop gambling. I can't
My commands
stop.
aren't working to get back,
Yes,
so I'm
go,
just staying here gambling.
Oh, I can't stop. I'm gonna waste my
There's
10,000
also a
right
plus
now.
pass coming soon, which gives access to a bunch of like quality of life stuff, like fast travel, and also I think you can do set scale as well to change the size of your person.
I'm on top of
more.
Oh, set scale. Can I get bigger?
If you random TP out into the world will be like custom. It's not like vanilla Minecraft. It's way more fantasy as well, which is really cool.
Ooh, okay.
So like it's more in theme with the server as well. Oh my gosh, the people with ranks in chat so how the server works is you can't actually buy the ranks.
Harry!
It's like how much you support the server. So like these people who have these ranks have got it because they bought enough gems and they've supported the server enough, and that's very cool. It's like a thank you.
10,000 gems, smile.
You didn't buy them.
I did have 10. I'm on 5 nearly now.
I'm at 7.
He found me out.
Can I get a
Damn.
please, game?
Woohoo!
Dude, There's not a single artifact in this pool.
I'm about to die.
Dude, I might be
Okay,
the one
just
that
my
nickname to be.
Dude, I'm not still as
There's
gambling.
so much to do.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I got an artifact.
Rose, come
I'm just
back!
gonna keep
got an
gambling until I get an
I got an
artifact.
artifact. I got a
I almost had a
What? He's gambling!
Okay, well, I think we should probably, I don't know, do you guys want to create a town together, or do you want to, we could make our own towns and then go to war?
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, I like that.
We can make a town. We can make a town.
Make a
Something
town.
big.
Yeah.
Let's make a
You want to
town.
make a
I
town?
believe. Town.
Okay, I'm gonna gamble one more time and then I'll make a town.
Okay, I'm gonna gamble one more time.
Also, watching it?
2 seconds, chat. I'll be back. Give me a moment. You can listen to these guys, okay?
Oh, I got a plus.
Oh yeah,
pass
just
as
one
well,
more,
which
dude.
is-
Just one more.
Please.
It's like
How
that
do
one.
you
It's
get
like
out?
the guy mining towards diamond.
One more.
I can't
You
leave
gotta
the
have the
gamble
gamble.
circle. I'm
Yeah, I
stuck
can't
in
leave
here.
the gamble.
Okay, one more. Last one. Last one.
Can you not slash spawn?
No.
Why would you want to do
Okay.
that?
No, it
Spawn on
doesn't
the
work.
cookie.
You have everything
Oh,
you need
yeah.
right there.
I see, Tubbo.
Okay,
Lock
so
them
last
in
one,
the
last one.
gambling arena. I
Well, I
like
didn't
it.
even mean to
I
do
like
that.
it, bro.
I'm locked in. I'm
Big.
locked in.
We're
What if I
stuck.
no, actually?
Oh my
I'm
god.
physically
Last
locked
one.
in.
No, if you hit, no, it doesn't do anything.
Locked in. Locked in. Locked in.
Oh,
Artifact,
okay,
please.
on the cards.
They will try to fix that. They will try to fix that.
Come on.
Like I said, though, it will be a little bit rough.
I
getting
guess
around,
we'll
but
go
hopefully
again.
It will get a lot better.
Okay, I'll do one more time. Just one more time while I'm stuck here.
I guess we're gonna keep gambling.
No, no, guys. No.
It's our gamble time. TP'd away.
You're gonna
You've
flood the
done
market.
this.
You're gonna ruin the market.
Oh, they
value.
closed the.
Oh,
they
guys,
closed
by
the
way,
exit of the
they've
casino.
you've been asked to not open too many cases because there is a limited
The
amount.
economy. The economy.
Oh, limited amount.
Yeah, there's a limited amount. The admins have asked you because your currency was cheated in for you not to open
Okay,
too
hi.
many.
Hello.
Okay, I'll stop.
If that's
I'll
okay,
stop.
because
Oh.
there's a lot of
Oops.
also how the
Oh,
cosmetics
someone just
work is
made a town.
they're limited. Oh wait, really?
It's called A.
Yeah, A. It's called A.
That's a hype town.
A.
A town. Oh, I get it.
Look at my backpack.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
pretty
fine.
good. Oh, wait, A town. Oh. Am I
Okay,
in
so
them?
if I can't gamble anymore, can someone let me escape from the gambling
Guys, I
area?
hit no and it just did it again and did gamble again.
I'm gonna go hang in the library.
Toby,
It's
my
definitely my
ends.
last one. It's
Yeah.
definitely my last one.
I just opened up a chest and it took 2,500 gems, so 250. So
Nice.
Very
and
good.
no, it's not nice because I was enjoying gambling and now I can't.
Very good. Very good.
I can't leave the gambling. I keep
Okay,
hitting
I'm
them and
not-
it
No,
keeps
That's
you
not
guys think this is a
doing
joke?
it.
This
I
isn't a
should
joke.
leave the server and
Wallahi, they
change
took
my
all that my
skin.
money. This isn't a joke.
Why,
I
ja.
hit no, and it hit
No.
another one.
Why judge?
No, on my
Oh.
life they took all my stuff. They hit a lick on me. I'm serious. No, Toby, I'll send you the clip. Toby, I'll send you the clip. I need my money back.
Your money that you were given. My free money. It's gone.
The free money you were given,
How?
it's gone.
Spawn.
Yeah, the command.
Guys, I can't leave the gambling. I can't leave the gambling.
Try now. Can you slash leave?
Okay,
They're
hold
trying
on.
to fix
No.
it.
Let's leave.
Also, I found a
Oh,
found a
wait.
glitch too, Tubbo. I spent 7,500 gems. I didn't get an artifact, so I think that's probably something to.
I'm in
look
lobby
into.
4. Oh, I'm queued. Oh no, I'm in the queue.
I'm joining Yellow Kingdom. Is foolish trying to recruit
Yeah,
people.
you've been queued.
Get queued, bro. Get queued.
Wait, how do I go back?
This is horrid. This is horrid. Oh no, it's okay. I'm in queue position 1. I'll be in there soon, I'm sure.
Nothing is breaking in the
Get queued, bro.
The world.
Guys, can we kick someone random real quick so I can get in? Thanks.
Yeah, kick someone.
Can I use my power? Thanks.
And
Thanks so much.
happening.
Guys, how do I leave the gambling?
Oh, thanks. You didn't actually have to do that.
Sykuno just messaged me in all caps. I missed the round finale. No, I just woke up.
Yeah. Oh my god!
I've been talking to him.
Oh, it would have been so funny if Johnny hadn't been there and he'd been there.
He would have seen Johnny's signs as well.
Oh my god.
You would have seen Johnny's signs.
Guys, how do I leave?
Oh, I'm in. Oh, look at me. I'm right here. Wow.
Oh, we have compass now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, compass, the compass.
Wait, how many gambles am I allowed to do? Because I've only done 2 right now.
Please no
Not
more
enough.
if that's okay. Because there's a limited amount of crates for the community.
Oh,
Please, if we could
I only did 2.
I can't leave.
Hey, so I can't break anything in the.
Maybe try.
I fell into
relog,
ruins.
Fat no, femboy.
No.
Not femboy.
No femboy, no.
Server store. Can I go to the store?
I think it's just because you were stuck in the cosmetic area, Sneak. Oh.
Can I kill myself in the gambling
I can't go
store?
spawn either.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm like out in the world.
You might just be like sort of queued up for it.
No, it's
Oh, I'm stuck in the lobby. Wait, this is like 2v2T priority queue thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Try RTP. Got it.
How is Doc
Also, if
Leonard
anyone-
already first in the parkour
No.
leaderboard? How is this possible?
I can't break anything in the world TP2, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I can't either.
Yeah.
Wait, did you try relog?
Oh, wait.
Is it safe to relog?
Yeah, log out and
Should
then
we-
just right
yeah,
back in. I
if
just
we
did
re-
it.
if we leave, can we come back?
Cosmetics. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. The staff will
You
fix
just don't
it.
get back
The
in.
cosmetic thing didn't even show up for me. Like I couldn't even open it.
Am I right in thinking that there isn't an orange faction this time?
I'm teleporting. I'm
try.
teleporting.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Isn't there a queue?
I made it. Okay.
No, you
I
might
wonder
pass it as a
if it
creator, I
works.
think.
Oh, also,
What faction are you guys joining?
I don't know.
I'm not sure right now.
I don't
I
know.
joined yellow.
I already
I
joined
know
one.
exactly
Unable to
where
join
I'm
the
going.
server as of currently.
LOL.
Really? What's it say?
LOL.
Like open network protocols, something like that. But we're back in now.
Oh, just
you're banned.
yeah. Give it a sec. You just gotta
You're
retry.
And
Yeah, you're banned.
Sorry.
We're here.
Hey gang. Wait, is that
Sorry,
VC?
I'm just
is there
trying to
box count on this
communicate.
server?
I think we're gonna add it in the
Nice.
future. We decided not to do it on launch because it would be a moderation nightmare for us.
yeah,
But
that
I think in the
is-
future we're gonna add voice chat.
So, but it's
Guys,
really
let me
cool.
see.
I'm surrounded in
There
the
is
lobby.
there is
Hello,
so
everyone.
many people in the yellow
Hello.
faction right now choosing yellow.
How
can you tell?
Yeah.
Because I'm like no on a
There's
cosmetic.
so many in here.
I'm sure I
You-
already
You-
know
was?
Okay,
Do,
well.
do you have to
we can
join a
report that
faction
the
to
admins
start a town?
I'm gonna blow
no,
it
no, no,
up.
no, no.
I'm blowing it up.
You're not. You don't have to. No, no, no. You
Going
can
in,
just,
I'm going
just
in.
do /town create and then the
Welcome.
name.
Welcome.
Yo, everyone come blue faction.
I'm bluing.
Nope.
I'm bluing right now.
Where's that at? Where's that at?
Hello, Mika.
It's Teal Titan
I
time.
know where I'm going.
Mods, can I get sent out of the priority queue?
Where's
or
Blue at?
Mods,
You
give
joined
me
her.
Nirvana.
Mods, just max out my stats at once.
I want that PC.
So many tickets.
I do want a PC. I do want a PC.
Hold on.
Town.
I like the noise. I like the noise
Yeah,
when
me
somebody gets
too.
something big. That's so fun.
I'm also a big fan of the text sound when the NPCs talk.
I'm really
It's
loving
nice.
it. It's awesome.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, time to chop wood again.
Welcome to the Titans,
well-
big day.
Callum,
can I
why
get
is your
TP'd
name
into the
Gray? in
server?
chat?
Is my name Gray?
Never mind.
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
What happened to you?
I think it's my age.
We lost
did
it. No, it's your cosmetic, I think. There's a cosmetic that
Oh.
does that, right? It changes your
Yeah,
style.
My cosmetic.
I've joined the kingdom.
Nickname paint?
Wait,
This
I don't
ring's
know.
really
I don't know which
cool.
faction to
This
join.
time I had a choice.
Yeah, chat color. Look, I can change mine, I think.
Oh wait,
Right?
I went to.
Worked.
Oh wait.
Yeah, see my. Oh, that's my message though.
How do you get out of the lobby once you're in it?
Yeah, I'm
Sasha.
kind of stuck in the lobby.
The royal.
I'm blue now.
Just skimming. I'm skimming. I'm skimming. I'm skimming. Skimming.
Do-do-do.
Yes, I'm on the server.
Yay!
Wait,
so many
how many
people.
people are being recruited into Yellow Faction right
I
now?
have joined.
Too
we got a big
many.
group going on
Too
right now.
many.
Can't really do like a head count.
I'm
Harry,
welcoming
congrats,
everyone at
mate.
the door.
GG, Harry.
I mean, yeah, there's
Welcome.
so many of us.
Welcome.
I'm gonna stop here.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Guys, where's the red faction building?
Oh, it's
The red building.
It is there. It is there.
It is there, yeah.
Stupid question. How do you?
Yeah.
After you press 1, 2, or 3, how do you select it?
Okay, cool, because I'm the exact same and I can't figure it.
What do you mean? You just
Swap-
press
it says swap hands.
F, your offhand button.
Is mine undefaulted?
Just press
Well,
F.
it says swap hands. I wonder how
Yeah,
many
which
people
is
are moving
F.
their mouse to their other hand.
I was
really
using
funny.
scroll wheel, man. I was using
I
scroll
was
wheel.
right-clicking the mouse for
Well,
like
you can
20
use scroll wheel to select the option, and then you
Heck
just
your
press
mob.
F.
It's like any CRPG. It's F.
Yeah, you
Okay,
idiots.
mine's unbound, that's
I don't
why.
play
Yeah.
video games.
bunch of.
You guys play
That's
video
it,
games for a
it just
living.
flexed it. Damn.
You're
Well-
flexing cosmetics.
Look at
Yeah, but
this
for real, why is
Are
my
any of
name?
you
Why is my
guys-
name Gray?
I don't know. Maybe you need to relog. I don't know.
I selected a nickname
Because I spent so
thingy.
many
How does
gems?
that work?
Blue.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me
Wait,
stand
how many?
here.
Oh my
Welcome.
God, there's so many Yellow Faction members.
I know, dude.
Hi.
What? Go in there and then go in the
Let me go
blue
to my
one and see the
backpack.
difference of people in the building.
Is there no
Crazy.
one in the blue one?
There's not a single person. in the
There
blue
was
building.
one other person
Hey,
that went
you
in.
guys.
I just left, man. I just left.
You guys just wait till our.
Give it time.
You guys just wait till our popular member Amesy gets online. Then you're all in trouble.
There you go.
Hey.
Backpack. My cosmetic.
We've got one
backpack will
person
open.
in here, and it
Hey,
is
hello,
Atlas.
I have a
Wait,
nickname
Purple's created a
cosmetic.
town.
How does
Look
that
at it.
work?
Just type in backpack and you can use it.
What does that
Wait,
work?
there's no one here. No one wants to join blue.
It's actually so sad.
Guys,
Backpack
come
won't work.
join blue. Yo, Zo.
Yes,
I
let's
can't see their
go.
name.
Yo!
I
Oh,
can't
so
find
that's
please
it.
join. Please join.
I think I'm gonna join. I think I'm
Blue?
gonna join green.
Oh wait, people are
Oh, that
joining.
was
Maybe.
like the last one.
Yeah,
you
we're
did,
still
right?
back.
I'm in green.
Yeah, I'm gonna join
True.
green
The
faction.
freaky gnomes.
How did we
Freaking
get
hell.
back in? It sent me back to the lobby.
It
Wait,
sent you
is there
back
any
to the lobby.
buffs? Is there any
They-
buffs
they-
to joining a faction?
Someone will send you into this one. What? Sorry?
Thank you,
Is there
thank
any
you.
Yeah. So the
buffs to join-
factions get
Hold
like
on.
skill
Random
buff
stuff.
depending on like the proficiency of that faction in the realm.
Oh, I probably should have read that. I
Can't
just
open my
skipped it all.
Yeah. Nah, we kind of had to though, Loki.
Uh,
We got given it a birth.
true.
I'm joining green faction. Green faction's where it's at.
Hey, so I'm noticing all the people coming in here, no one has joined yet.
They're thinking on it. You know, it's a lot to think on.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's perk.
Yeah.
Being a scout grants you 10% alchemy XP, 10% enchanting XP, 5% digging XP boost.
Wait, where do
Nice.
you see all this?
After you join your faction, right click and
jump.
ask what the perks are.
Oh,
Oh
wait, what are
damn!
yellow
Wait,
people?
we have
Oh, wait, hold on.
faction bank. That's gonna get abused like crazy. I can't wait.
Oh, that's awesome.
10%
I'm stealing
building
from the
XP?
hard
That's so
workers.
huge. That's
We're
so
gonna be
huge.
rich.
Blue faction,
Wait,
make
how
as
we
much
got
money
that?
as possible so I can have it.
Nothing gain, huh?
I think the best one is hostile faction, but the one gimmick is your PvP's turned on 24/7. But you get the best one.
Whoa, that is kind of cool.
Oh, has building been buffed in this one
that the
in
red one?
comparison to the private
Yeah.
server?
Thank God.
Okay.
Actually,
Wait,
no, I think all XP is harder to gain on this
Discord
server.
channels?
I'm jumping. I'm
Ooh.
jumping.
As hard as building was?
On
I'm
later.
falling off a cliff. I'm falling off a cliff. Don't tell me.
Wait,
building's
blue
harder.
faction gets you instant $1 million? No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so we're
That's
spreading
such a good
propaganda
feature.
now.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
And you just become
be the best.
more handsome and cool? What? That's so weird
I
that it
doubt
says
it, I
that.
doubt
Wait,
it.
Yeah,
and
I
once
can
you
reload.
hit
Yeah, let's not
level
go that
1
far.
building, you get immortality. That's crazy.
Oh my god, there's
Yo, what?
862 people online. That's crazy.
That actually is.
That is
Are you
insane.
guys gonna be on later if I maybe head off for like 30 minutes?
I'm gonna be on forever.
Yeah,
just to be
I think
clear.
I'm gonna be on for a
Yeah.
while.
I'm getting that PC.
I was about to say,
Awesome.
I'm
There's
probably
still
gonna
300
head off
people in
Wait
here.
for
soon.
10 fucking hours, dude. What?
Warm.
Period.
Hell yeah.
Who's this guy?
This is very
Yeah, the
cool
blue
though,
I wish I
Toby.
could
Thank
play
you for
sad.
setting this up. I'm very,
Yeah,
it's very,
that's
very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
And well done, and well done to the team who worked on it.
W
Oh, thank
team
you,
and
guys.
W,
Thanks,
Tom.
everybody.
W.
I'll be running the team, realm team, bro.
Also,
I'm
I'm really
gonna-
excited to start working on season 2 of the realm, and obviously I'll extend it in my you
Season
guys.
2.
Yay!
Yay.
Season 2!
Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2!
Season 2.
Season 2. true, but it has a different gimmick. It has a different gimmick. Be warned.
Oh, it doesn't have the
Oh,
levels?
A different gimmick.
It has a different gimmick.
Number not go up
Another gimmick.
No
another
number
gimmick.
go up?
What?
No, well, number go up in different way. Number go up in different way.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sneak,
We're really hard time.
I'm heading off.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Read
Okay.
Sneak, it's alright.
Or Yowie?
Yeah, the gimmick
Everyone-
is
everyone
Yowie,
does.
dude. The gimmick's Yowie. You're right.
Wait, the slash
Yowie
map
for
command
us?
is so sick. What?
Slash
The
map?
what?
Oh, you like slash
you
map?
slash map?
Sick. You can
Slash
navigate
is
it with
awesome.
arrows, bro.
Yeah,
No,
it's for claiming town chunks, but you need to buy town chunks from the land claim
Wait,
in the
this is
library,
cool,
and you get
dude.
town chunks by selling items to the shops.
What the
But you
Oh
need to
my
sell items
God.
which are in high demand to make more money because it's dynamic.
We have stock market?
Yes, yes.
Big.
Wow. This is big.
Dude, I'm buying
This is
Nvidia.
preposterous. And to think,
I'm buying Nvidia.
Well, no, in the future, what we're gonna do is,
Never pop.
in the future,
It's
on the
popping in 2
website,
weeks.
we're gonna have graphs which plot the price of every item sold and bought on the server, and you're gonna be able to trade the items on the website
Oh,
and make a
God.
portfolio.
Oh, dude, it's like Steam,
Holy.
but with where's my Minecraft knife?
Oh no, there are men here.
Minecraft Night is literally the
we got
cosmetic.
so many in blue now.
He knows my name.
That's
I'm gonna
actually
trade up.
true. That's actually true.
Oh, by the way, Callum, I figured out why your name is a different color. It's because you got a name spray paint, didn't you? And you equipped
said
it.
that.
But I think I've equipped 2 different colors since then. It won't change.
My smithing's
It
level
won't
1. We're
change.
so back.
This
I
is
change my
I think you have to unequip the first one first. You have to unequip.
Oh, that might be it.
You're just
That would
stacking
make
it.
sense. I'm stacking colors. My bad.
You're stacking colors. Also, thank you so much to everyone that supported the server. I see so many people with ranks in chat, in tab. That's awesome.
You can organize your backpack by rarity. This is huge.
This is
Yeah.
How do I
Backpack
activate an
broken.
artifact like a
What do you mean?
nickname?
Do slash backpack, and then you can equip your one you want.
Okay.
Bro, my item says it's not rare enough to
Broken.
flex. This is crazy. It's my one item. This is not rare enough to flex.
That's
Wait, no.
awesome.
I don't
You
think
got
I
called
can though. Can I?
That's so funny.
That's great. Is there a way to make the main menu compass not be in our 9 slot at all times?
No, that has to be there. Sorry.
Oh, like forever, ever? Or can
Yes, it's hopefully in the future a bedrock compatibility thing.
That's
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Trust me, it's actually
Rating
way
is the
better than
worst.
typing the commands out manually.
This is literally unplayable. I can't believe this.
Wait, oh my gosh, I'm 13th on the Scouts leaderboard in playtime.
Huge.
Well, you cheated. You had freaking time to set up. The
No,
server,
I just joined. I just joined now.
man. Okay.
He did
I
say
swear,
he
I
does
swear,
not
I
have
just
admin permissions.
Wait,
Wait,
so Tubbo,
is
I
that-
have a cotton candy nickname paint. So what do I do?
Yeah.
Do I?
So press back. Please type slash backpack, click it, and then you'll see a plus which says equip.
So
and then
are there-
if you press tab, it will change how your name looks.
Are there like the weapons, the custom weapons, like in the?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I
all the
actually-
custom weapons
wait,
are here.
How do I?
Oh
Where
my
do I
god,
apply it?
bro.
Oh wait.
Are
Oh,
you
this
typing
stuff
in what
is-
name you want it to be? Average army has been created by Average Harry.
That's
Bruh.
incredible.
I don't think the stuff in the chest menu isn't loaded for me. That's what's going on.
What do you mean? Becky, thanks for the raid.
Hold
Oh,
on,
thanks, Becky, for the
backpack.
raid.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
Becky,
great.
oh.
W raid.
W.
You need money? Wait, what happens
Yeah,
if you don't
so
upkeep
so
the
you
town?
need upkeep for the town. If you don't upkeep the town, then you lose your claim chunks. So you
Oh,
as-
okay,
as-
That makes
awesome.
I
sense,
didn't
yeah.
get
That's, I like
violated in
that.
the chat. What the hell?
It's like Rust tool cabinets.
Yeah, it literally is. Yeah,
Wait.
but except for so if you go to the bank, you'll see there's money you can deposit in the bank, and that money is then used for the town upkeep.
Does that mean people can raid towns?
If they don't do their upkeep, yeah.
Wait, but like I'm saying, can I like, do people, they like
No,
blow
you
up
can't.
towns?
You can't blow up other people's towns just because you feel like it, no.
All right, this server sucks, man. I'm gone.
It's a peaceful
over.
server, but there are PvP elements, like for example, hostile faction. For if you want to gain more
it's me,
skill
I'm
XP and stuff.
hostile. Maybe here.
Wait, so how do you like get out into the world?
Do slash RTP.
/R.
RTP, and it will take you out somewhere.
Is this RTPA?
Here I come.
Oh my gosh, I spawned on
Tubbo,
top of a crazy
Tubbo,
village.
I
Yeah?
spawned underwater. That seems dangerous.
You'll be fine.
Scary.
Just
I
swim.
forgot how much it sucks to be a low
wait.
level. I'm
I spawned in a church.
Oh my god, my number's going. Oh my god, it's going up. The number's going
You
up.
lose all your lives.
All your stuff resets.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you get banned. That'd be so funny.
Yep.
Do you get banned for like an hour or something? Like.
No. It just resets your skill. It just resets your skills.
The player count would be so low because people suck at this game.
I just
Cool.
watched a horse get hit by lightning.
I'm people.
What is
Oh.
this world?
Oh no. That's
I'm
so
sorry. I'm
sad.
sorry.
I'm people.
Here we go.
Oh my, and it's dead.
How do I hunger reset?
That's my first.
How did you?
A gentle shadow appears. Creator CPK
Wait,
appears.
bro, I did not know he was gonna do that.
How did you
What the
nickname
hell?
yourself?
Wait,
I
type
got
in
a
chat. Type
nickname
in
token.
chat. Wait, type in.
Oh,
It did not.
no
do
nickname.
anything.
No nickname in chat. I just
Oh.
get a nice little message that says a gentle blush shades the air as I join.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
beautiful.
Wait, so is there like is it custom generation, like terrain?
Yes. Also, there's custom generated structures too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of custom stuff
I've
already.
seen
It's
some of
pretty cool.
that. That's awesome.
Oh,
It's pretty.
Yeah, I've actually
pretty
seen all of it already.
snazzy.
I've actually seen everything. Actually
Nice,
played the whole
man.
game. It's crazy.
Oh my god, the number is going up. This is so, I've missed this.
This is awesome.
It's going up and I'm visualizing it. Oh.
Wait, how do I turn PvP on?
I'm seeing all of it. Oh.
I'm visualizing. I'm visualizing.
Tubbo, how do I
We'll
turn on
visualize
PvP?
it
Is
now.
it just /PvP?
Slash settings.
It's in your settings.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
there we
type
go.
slash settings and there's a PvP thing. And yeah, you can only murder other people with PvP on, but you also get massive skill XP boost.
Yeah, is there a way to like know like who has PvP on?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
if
God.
the sword
Oh,
in their
no.
name tag will be green.
Oh.
Bro is hunting.
Yes. I'm trying to get my 11th heart right now, bro.
You're
Right, I
welcome.
think I'm gonna leave VC while I just like have fun number go up. Have a wonderful
please,
day.
Me too.
Thank you so much for this. Bye.
Thank you guys for joining the finale. This was awesome.
Thank
was
you
very
for
cool. Thank
putting
you.
on the
Very
finale. Bye. Guys, this is awesome. Guys, this is freaking awesome. All my troubles on a burning pile, all lit up and I start to smile. I'm wearing my first TL water skin with a green bow. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep that on, but there you go. Hi guys, who's on? Who's on right now and who's in the queue? Tell me your lies. Tell me your lies? No, tell me about your life is what I meant to say. Ba, 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 ba. I feel like I should make a town, but I don't remember how, so I'm not going to yet. 240 in queue. Do you guys want to make a town together? We could make the puddle. We could puddle it up. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you, Law. I feel like making a town would be a lot of fun. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, we want to puddle it up. Okay, I will figure out how to do that soon. Ba, 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 ba. I do not want to live in a desert or the Badlands though. So I'm going to find us a good place. Ouch. And then do you want to make shall we make a little Discord channel for you guys? For all of the public realmers? Ooh. Can we all be blue though? Unless you've already chosen your faction. Scared of an Enderman. We can all be blue because we're at the puddle. I really, really, really want to put my shaders on, but I don't want to do it when it's nighttime, so I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. I don't want to lose my life to anything right now. I want number to go up though. I know that much. Will never grow old to me. I'm blue. Let's go. I will be blue. Let's go. This is freaking awesome. Guys, I don't want to have to build myself a house though. How do we feel about someone else building me a house? How do we feel? Are we feeling good? I hope we're feeling good. Wait, I can do /map, can't I? To see where the next biome is. This is just Badlands. Oh. I'm scared. Okay. I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. It's fine. I'm leaving. It's fine. Get Roz to build it? Wait. No, Roz is probably in yellow and I don't... Maybe I'll talk with Roz later. If we have a schematic, we could call upon the building fairy. That's true. Wait, that's true. Wait, that's real. I could commission... Should I commission a castle from Roz? What team wants me to join? Blue. Blue, please. Blue. Guys, I can't stay on. I really want to stay on forever, but I need to go and cook food. I'm gonna stay on for as long as I can without my tummy getting too hurty. I hope that's okay. I hope you don't mind. Teehee. Teehee. Okay, wait. We're gonna put on some different music because this is very much the dragon music. Oh, what can we put on? What shall we put on? Oh, wait. Someone's here. Wait. Hello? Suits. I fillet my fish. Okay, we're gonna listen to... No, we're gonna listen to cheesy 90s songs. Perfect. Oh my god, steps. Hello. Hello. I'm so hungry. I could eat a horse. I won't though. I promise. I would never do that. But I could. I won't though. How do you join a faction? Do you have to be in to join a faction? No, you have to be in to join a faction. You go to the, like, there's like a yellow castle and a blue, like, you'll see there's buildings that are colored. Please do send me some rice if you manage to fix it. Please, thanks. Oh, I see a savannah. I don't want to live in a savannah. I don't want our town to be in a savannah. Guys, I'm gonna find us a really cute place. I hope that's okay. I hope you don't mind. I'll grab a sapling though, I guess. I have a suggestion to what biome. If you say like ocean, that's just not possible. We got... Wow. Number went up. Oh, a swamp could be fun. Wait, swamp could be really good. I quite like the idea of a swamp. Talk about love, love, love. Old growth birch forest. We're not... No. How dare you? How dare you say birch forest in this chat? How dare you? How dare you? I'm gonna kill these zombies, hopefully. Because the lag is really, really making them not move much. Oh, no durability on my axe. That's fine. I can martial arts them. Come on, come on, die. Brother, come on. I'm scared of the skeleton though. That's the big problem. There we go, and then there's zombies after me. It's got a shovel. Oh, combo. Oh, I comboed him real big. Real big combos. I don't know why I keep shifting as if that will help. I fear that's not gonna help. Oh. The rice is kind of fixed. It's not great, but it's not bad. Hey, that's perfect. I got an iron shovel. I knew I would. I knew I would. I was so hungry. I could genuinely eat a horse. Can we give me a sapling? Okay. This is the first time I've been hit by something. Okay, I'm actually not gonna worry about it because I am a little terrified. Oh wait, I can make a... Let's make a great axe. Oh, I didn't. Okay, fair enough. Brother, thank you. Okay. Right, did I pick up my crafting table already? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's make an axe as well. Oh, I love this song. Wait, I actually love this song. Bum, bum, bum. I love All Saints. Shall I turn on my PNG? I feel like it's time. Deserts for miles. What of the time? Oh, I should turn on my alerts. I should turn on the noises so I can hear it. Coming closer to you. Walk through many doors. Okay, perfect. Here's a place I can call mine. Coming closer to you. Why is Chatterino not staying on top? That's annoying me. Deep into my beach, calling you. Oh, hello. Please come back. Thanks. I'm so excited. We're gonna have the cutest little town. Who's a good builder? We've got to really collaborate here. Why would you need alerts? Thanks, Peglu. Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you. That's very kind. I'm determined to find a place for us to live before I have to leave. Thank you for the gifted sub to Lex. Oh my god, jeez. Thanks, Peglu. Hi, Gravel. Hi, Gracie Gravel. I see Cole. I can slightly build. Okay. I think we can. I don't know how the building fairy thing works yet. Can you do? Oh no, you can't do copper with that. Deep into my beach. I think I'll make a channel for all of us for the puddle, and then we can put in like little creative builds that we've done, and we can have a look and see like what theme we want to go with, etc. What buildings like plans we want to go for, and then maybe we could like all come together and figure out. Oh, I need more sticks. There we go. Like if people are okay with it, if people like doing it, we could make like multiple different templates for houses, and then we could just schematic them in, I guess. Coming closer to you. Oh my god, my power level's up. Oh my god, surely my power level goes up today. Surely I at least get 1 power. Right? Can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear, out of reach. Deep into my beach. I'm a grinder and a digger. Give me supply lists and you'll be stocked. Ooh, okay. No, Snoop, I want to be able to do it in the community. I was going to talk to Roz about getting a castle, but before that, if I do get in touch with Roz, I want it to be after we've like created a bit of a base. Just us. hey, it's not just anyone's job. Everyone can get involved in mining. We all love to mine, right? Apart from the people that don't, and that's fine. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to run away now from this place. I'm going to run away from this place. Meow. Please, though, if you genuinely, if you can, I think those, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called now. Player Plus, the Plus Pass. Plus Pass, is it? I don't remember. If you can get one for yourself, I'll try and grab some, and we can, like, raffle them out, maybe? We could maybe do a little puddle competition also. We'll figure stuff out. Maybe. Hi, folk. It's good. How are you? How are you? I gotta leave kind of soon. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's my fault. My fault. But hi. I feel like spending my entire Christmas break waiting. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, so you hate me? No, I just really like food. No, I just really love food. And I would like more of it. Right now, really. Oh, my tummy's starting to hurt. Oh, God. It's fine. I'm vibing. Why are people being... Oh, no, it wasn't killed. It was down-created. Whoopsie. Hi. Hi, Gaben. I nearly called you derpy. I'm sorry. Please don't be upset with me. Please don't be upset with me. Why is everyone here? What's happening? Jeez. Just did a Neo in the waiting queue? Oh, my God. Wow. This is freaking awful. No, the other thing. Okay, can we talk about the fact that awful is full of ore, which surely would mean something better than awesome, which is just some ore. Can we say that? Can I speak? Is that, how do we feel about that? Opinions? Am I muted? You made a terrible, terrible purchase the other day. What was it? What was it? What did you buy? Knees. Oh, what a banger. What an actual banger. D&D dice. Oh, I love D&D. Oh, I was supposed to message Sam's dad to see if he's okay to have him while I do in real life D&D. God damn it. Forgot. Guys. Guys. Is this real? Is this real? Is this freaking real? Is this freaking real? Wait, is this freaking real? Okay. Wow. This is awesome. Happy birthday, Syndicate! Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday! Oh, I need to buy some more dice. I need so much more stuff. I need so much stuff. The world isn't made for a little communist like myself. The world is made for consumerists. I don't have enough money to be a consumerist. What's the point? What's even the freaking point? Oh, I can't wait to get paid. I'm gonna buy D&D dice. I'm gonna buy food. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be actually kind of awesome. Wait, think about it. Just think about it for a second. That's gonna be pretty awesome. Says the one who wants the number to go up. I mean, yeah, I absolutely do. Is it the number of money? Also that, but not really. Come to the jungle. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, I am so fine, actually, by the way, in case you care. Wait, there's a wood shop? Wait, I didn't know there was a wood shop. There's a wood shop? I don't have to get all of the saplings? Wait, you're kidding. Wait. Are you lying to me? Please say you're lying to me. Please. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. I can have a tiny bit of chocolate cake, but I can't have much. It would not be enough to fill me, unfortunately. Making my way through the crowd. I need a meal. I need a meal. A big strong man meal. And I need you. And I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Wait, Peglu. Don't leave. Are you still here? Say you're still here, please. For me. Please say that for me. Please say that for me right now, please. Tonight. Peglu, I wanted to say a huge, crazy thank you for the insane dono to the Jingle Jam Tiltify. Thank you so much. That was insane. I cried. I did a big time cry. I hope you know that I did a big sausage. Wait. I don't have anything. Oh, wait, no, yeah. I love sausage so much. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so freaking happy. Oh, I also fucking love sausage. Big fan. Big, huge fan of sausage. Oh, a village. Wait, I have loads of hay. Oh, I forgot about the hay. I don't need to get any more food. I'm fine. I'm gonna get more hay though. Hello, mister. Making my way through the crowd. I am not turning on PvP, by the way. Just letting you know. Need you, and I still miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall. Okay, we need to go. I need to find somewhere to live. Slash map. What's this way? This is just, oh, okay. We're going this way. Is this the right, wait, is this the right way? I think it is. East, yes. We might just plains it up. Maybe we plains it up. Maybe plains is a good place. At least for the beginnings of a town. You know what I mean? See you. Oh, you. This is my pot. That's mine now. Thanks for the pot, guys. Thanks so much. Shall we plains? I feel like plains is the easiest place to start, right? Oh, there's some like nice, oh, cherry. Do we want, oh, we could have here, we could do like a whole little hobbit village. Wait, do we want to be the puddle hobbits? Do we want to be the puddle of hobbits? How do we feel about hobbits? How do we feel about hobbits? Hobbit village. Hobbit village. Okay, how do I do town? Town's guide. Here we go. Town's information. What are towns? Towns are groups of players who can claim land, protect builds, invite members, and grow together. Create a town with town create name. Invite friends with town invite player. Okay. Oh, and you can chat specifically in your town. Oh, that's quite nice. Towns have ranks and roles to help manage permissions and trust. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, this is awesome. This is freaking awesome. Towns grow stronger with more residents and more claims. Higher levels allows more land and better features. Claim strategic chunks first. Keep valuables inside protected areas. Plan your borders early. Use /town map to see chunks. Set a central spawn for regrouping. Promote only trusted players. Oh, this is awesome. Wait, this is freaking awesome. Town commands, town claiming. Okay, so if I do town create, do we want the puddle? I don't know if I can do the puddle. I'm scared that it's going to be the, so I'm just going to put puddle. I'm just going to call it puddle. I hope that's okay. No, I don't like Puddleton. That's a bit too British. It's very British. It's very British. Okay, town create puddle. Wow. Wow. Okay, and now what do I do? I love Tango so much. Tango's fun. What are you, are the British? No, you're a liar. No, but there's lots of people who aren't. I need to turn on my GUI a little bit so you guys can properly see chat, because I feel like chat's really, really small for you guys. Give me a second. We're gonna go 5. That's a bit better. Can we kill Jarapchu? No. I'm not killing Jarapchu. I'm scared of that. Okay, and then what do I do? /map? Can I just claim from here? No. Okay, so do I do town claim? Oh, I don't... Oh, okay, right. Town's guide. Town's guide. Gooberville. That's fun. Town's commands, right. Town claim. Claim current chunk. Okay. Town claim. This chunk is already claimed. Is it by me? Wait, is this already claimed? How do I find out? Oh no. Town's guide. I don't want this song. Oh, my tummy. We're gonna be fine. /town map? /town map. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused. I'm very... Oh, wait, okay. But it says my location, but not... Oh, do I not have enough claims, maybe? Oh, no, wait. No, this is right. Wait. Oh, we have a chunk. Perfect. So I can claim like a few chunks. Is that town claim? I can't afford it. T deposit. Oh, no. Town deposit. 1,000. Oh. Oh, I think I probably need money. How do I get money? Does anyone know how to get money? Anyone know how to get the Q pass thingy? I think you have to be in to get it. I might be wrong though. I could be wrong. Town deposit. Let me just try 100. I don't have money. How do I make money? /money. No. /bank. No. How do I get money? Balance. Yeah, I have 0. But how do I get more? Question. Oh, it's... Oh, I made a really bad choice as to my claim. Oh, I'm silly. I feel silly now. I don't want this song. Wait, it's Mambo's number 5. Wait, /spin. Wait, we have /spin on this? We do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big store around the corner. Want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Okay, I'm gonna make myself a little house. Little getting sweeter. This is gonna be my house. You can't have it, by the way. Just letting you know. This is my place for me. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. What I need. A little bit of Tina's what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night long. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me your man. This is my spot for me. You can't have it, okay? Just remember this. Give me 2 seconds, chat. I'll be 1 minute. I can hear Sam and it's annoying me. Give me a moment. Hi, I'm back. Hi. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night long. Okay, I'm going to make the channel after stream. I hope that's okay. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to make the channel after stream. What I'm going to probably do is give you the codes for the chunk. I've just realized just how hungry I am. I'm starving. So I should probably leave so I can eat and such. Because I'm hungry. But I will probably be on later, maybe, if I feel up to it. We'll see. So I will make the channel for everyone. And then, please don't steal my stuff. Please don't steal my stuff right now. This is all mine. Sorry. I know that maybe you probably want it, but I need to keep some of it. This is mine. I'll leave you some hay bales. We need to figure out how to leave poverty. This is true. I feel like it was probably explained, but I wasn't there because I was doing my cinematic, so I don't know what don't know what's happening. But we're gonna run away now because I'm so hungry. Yeah, I will see you soon. I might be on later. We'll see. I might just play Cyberpunk for the rest of the night. We'll see. Who knows? Oh my god, Cheeky Girls. Wait. I love this song. Wait. What if I just stay live forever and then what if someone just treat streamed? What then? What would happen then? Okay. We're gonna run to Roz because we love Roz here. We love Roz Cumber. And I'm going to be back on stream. No idea when. Tomorrow, maybe? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll freaking see. Yeah. Maybe the 6-hour Christmas stream could be on here. That could be fun. Don't be shy. Touch my bum. This is life. What a banger. Have a good night or day. Have a good time. I will make the channel. I don't know exactly how I'm going to get you to give yourself the role. We'll figure it out. Okay, bye. I'll try and make the channel before I go and get food. I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay.